as who is in Bahrain. He was superb, wasn't he? To some more points and good stuff indeed. Points finishes Andy in Australia and in Bahrain. Expecting much more interesting Hoyo, and good luck especially to the head admin of all of ALR, of course. So of course he is he's the chief, isn't he? And he over the break between F1 2019 and F1 2020, and of course he was very much unified, isn't he, in terms of the teams, isn't it? As Camera Racer just said there, he is very much a Red Bull supporter here tonight, isn't he? And he is coming over the ground. And look at the back end trying to step out into turn 2. It's a mini version of Russell, really, isn't it? But but a lot more slower there, and not as wide there as well. That out of turn 3, and I think that's 4. Is that, I count that's 2 turns. I'm not sure if that actually is or not. So don't take these turn numbers as gospel, because I'm usually wrong more often than not as well. And we got a yellow flag there in turn 2 as well. So Basman now navigating himself through 5 and 6. Oh my goodness me, the back end is trying to step out. The back end is trying to overtake the front there. Goodness gracious me. And now as he comes down the back straight as well, DRS is coming out just before the kink then. This is a kinky kink straight, this is. And you can see there it's very much like Valencia, really, isn't it? If anyone remembers Valencia, Basman a bit slow on the DRS there. Of course, the drag reduction system for any of our new viewers here tonight. And of course, if you are new to Formula 1, welcome. And if you like fast cars like I do, and are not very familiar with the technical stuff, then yes, then of course, then you might be like me, really, and just enjoy fast cars. If that is the case, then of course we do have a lot of viewers who are very adept with these Formula 1 cars, aren't they? And they know a lot more technical insight. They know more about driving and about all the other gizmos and gadgets in these cars, isn't it? And just watching Basman, who is going to be the first man there to set a time then, as he's coming into the final part of the course now. 22, look at that. That back end is very loose there from Basman, isn't it? Goodness me. And he comes across the line out, and he sets the first time of a 35.9 in his debut. Brandon is tonight. And look at that then. He almost crossed the wall there, but Brandon goes at third fastest, but the champion of bronze is now fastest at the moment. He's had a difficult start then to his silver career, hasn't he? To lovely 17. Razor it's gone up into 5th as well then, and Toro Rosso, it's almost under 2 minutes there, so almost within the 2 minute mark. Here comes Wilson there, so I think he's through the final part of the course as well, as we have V-Top then. As I said earlier on, he's had a fantastic, which is unfortunate for Ghost. Let's see what I can do from sorry, I don't think he even started, did he? But to Wilson there is having the 4th fast one. Shalom, LH, hope you're well here tonight as well. It's great. I haven't seen that LH44 in the comments for a very long time now, so it's good to see him back having a third in the championship at the moment as well, isn't he? It's very early to talk about the championship, isn't it? Of course, this is the longest season ever in silver and in gold, isn't it? This season, I've got to say, 22 races then. Oh, that's a Haas there. Hannah, beautiful parking spot there. I've got to say, that's a very good idea. I should get out of the way. I love that. Absolutely stupendous stuff indeed there. Anyway, then, but Serious Mushroom there as he is coming up into the final part of the course as well, going a bit wide there, and but he's keeping it within track limits just about. Listen to this, though. This final part of the course there. Goodness me, look at it, left, right, my goodness me, it feels like a soldier, doesn't he? Marching on then. Let's see what the Serious Mushroom can march to then. He is into turn number 22 as well, and accelerated away then. 23, Pillars has gone fastest there. Well, that Mushroom comes across the line as well, and he goes second fastest on the 35. Pillars is in the 34th month. Lovely 17 then, as a car there, very committed in the background. Goodness me, I thought he was going straight into the wall, but nope, not quite. Marshmallows there is starting off as well. He's probably going to read this like me, because he told me how to say his name. So, oh, lovely shot there of New Potato there, just getting wheeled back in the pits then, as Murphy there is just starting his lap as well then. Mark Smello is out. Oh my goodness me, that's commitment. This is it from the Haas driver. Wow, impressive stuff indeed then. So Total Pete saying, looks like it's going to be an interesting race there. It really is, isn't it? Of course, Total Pete there, I think he had a good race last night, didn't he? Well, he had a fantastic. Oh, it's a Mark Smello is invalidated this time, and unfortunately because of that, he's going to have to go around again then. And well, that's not gonna help him too much, is it? Dave Shaw then is also on track as well. Dave, I think that Australia is very unlucky, wasn't he? And I think Bahrain, he had a good scrap in the midfield area, didn't he? But unfortunately, he's got not much to show for it at this moment in time. Then Murphy, the championship leader at the moment now, as I said, 2 wins on the trot there. Is he basically copy and eat the cookie here? Is he going to go for free as well? Cookie, I think, is the most difficult race of his career. Oh my goodness me, and Murphy had to take a face of action there as one of the McLarens there of just getting away then as Murphy hand spinning around there. The man who hasn't been on pole yet this season, has he? But he has been in race trim. He's been absolutely phenomenal, hasn't he? Good stuff indeed there, but that's not good stuff for Murphy. He's got to go around again, unfortunately. This is where it went a bit pear-shaped as well into turn 8 as well. Now Dave is coming out of, I think that's a double corner, isn't it? So that's 8 and 9 to me, isn't it? Andre is saying hello Andre, hope you're well. Of course, the Red Bull driver who is out on track as well. Goodness me, he can comment on, he can drive fantastic stuff. That man is full of talent, isn't he? Lovely. Here comes Dave, and I've got to say, this last part of the track looks absolutely incredible, doesn't it? I've got to say, it frightens me. It feels like Baku, doesn't it? I used to get very scared of the final sector in Baku as well, of Azerbaijan, but of course, you need a lot of confidence in the car there. Dave kissing the outside Armco there. He comes through the final corner as well, and he's done a 35.9 now for Dave, and he slots himself in between Baz and Wilson as well. Dave's looking very much sharp at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed. Here comes Shane McF1 then. He's out of the final. Oh, he's in the wall there, and that's a lot of... Oh, goodness me. Look how high that debris went there, and oh, goodness gracious me. I've got to say then, you can basically treat your... You can basically give it all kinds of welly into the final quarter there, can't you? Because really it doesn't matter, does it? As long as you cross the line, as long as you don't damage your suspension, you should be okay. Here comes Itchy as well then, and let's see what Itchy can do then. As we're on board with Itchy at the moment there in the Williams, and of course he made it his full debut, I think, for Williams last week, didn't he? Good stuff indeed then. Let's see what he can do then as he comes through the final turn. Crosses the line, and Itchy goes into 5th fastest. Good time there from Itchy. I'm loving these times at the moment. Good stuff. I think the times for last night for Go, they were very much spread out, weren't they? It was, I got to say, and it felt like a Formula 1 back in '95, wasn't it? If anyone remembers that year. I remember we had the 40s, we had the Pacifics, we had Simtech, we had all kinds of teams there, and they were used to be like almost 10 to 12 seconds slower than the pole position, which was usually more or less Schumacher or Hill in that season, wasn't it? I think wasn't Berger on pole position as well for Germany? I don't know, possibly. I do get those seasons mixed up there, but some of those seasons around that year, mixed up. But yeah, the old teams there weren't really up to par, were they? I got to say though, I did like the fact that there were so many teams on the grid there, wasn't it? Because it gave a lot of the younger talent a go, didn't it? Formula 1, really. We had 26 cars, which is the full grid for Formula 1, and I keep moaning about it, but I think I'd love to see an extra three teams in Formula 1 anyway. I'm very competitive as well. That'll be a nice thing to have, wouldn't it? It really would. But that's just a dream at the moment, isn't it? With the state of the world, the state of the economy, the state of everything, really, isn't it? Like to say, I've done a 32.9 yesterday, beat my time trial there. Good stuff indeed there for Young Lights. He did that in qualifying 2, and he was 3/10 up in qualifying 3 as well before he hit the Armco, and because of that, unfortunately, he didn't really get. He might have got pole position there if I didn't hit the Armco, but it didn't really matter, did it? Because goodness me, he had an electric start, didn't he? He led the race for 2/3 of it, didn't he? And perhaps if you went onto the soft tires, he might have won the race as well. Of course, there a lot of information was definitely digested from these guys from last night, wasn't it? But of course, because the weather is absolutely completely different at the moment, I haven't heard any rumblings of rain or anything like that. Oh, it's a lock up there for Gurman, the man who's been on pole position twice this season. Is he going to make it a hat trick of pole positions? We'll have to find out then as Gurman accelerates out of turn number 9 as well, into 10 then as well, and another lock up, and I thought it was going to go right into the barrier there as well, but no, Gurman is carrying on there. Goodness me, there's a lot of commitment there, isn't it, from the man who is I think he's 4th in the championship at the moment there. Gurman is at the moment, of course he has stepped up from bronze as well, and I've got to say, Gurman has done a very good job this season, hasn't he? I think, unfortunately, he hasn't had the race pace, especially in Bahrain. We've seen him just dropping down the order, didn't we, for Gurman? So it'll be interesting to see if he's improved on that. Then maybe a bit of tyre management, possibly. Well, he's 9th fast at the moment, Gurman. as we're on board of Paynes as well. And we've also got Murphy, who's back out, who's dipping his toe into the water once again. And unfortunately, it was here where he skated off there. So I think look at this, and Paynes has got the similar issue as well, but this time it's the Renault there just after it, as it is FIFA Beefy, I believe, in the Renault as well. Then I told of Renault, here comes Gunnar, as he is in the comments as well. Then why do you say that, you ask? Because I'm sure that Gunnar used to be a Renault driver, didn't he? No, I know he's in Red Bull this season, but I'm sure he drove the Renault one time or other. He's been in a lot of cars, Gunnar has, hasn't he? Of course, he was the most experienced driver in gold, wasn't he? Before he decided to test his mettle in bronze, didn't he? Here comes, and of course he got 50 drivers actually, who is now on the 50 mark in gold, isn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed. It's Dan Murphy and Nigel. It's a Paynes, oh goodness me there. Oh, I got to say, that's a slam dunk. I have been playing NBA lately, so you're going to hear a lot of basketball references as I'm trying to be cool. Here comes Murphy then, the man who doesn't have to try and be cool, because he's as cool as a cucumber, isn't he? Well, he has been in the first two races, hasn't he? The Mercedes driver has been brilliant, hasn't he? He's driving the Valtteri Bottas car in this session. Well, I've got to say, nobody's got into the Armco wall yet, Eve. I've got to say, these drivers really... Oh, and Murphy there touching the inside there, and he has gone into full fast at the moment there, even with that slight clout on the barrier as well. 5 minutes to go in this session then, and I've got to say, I've enjoyed this qualifying session. It's really good, isn't it? Here comes Brandon, the debutant, lovely helmet as well there for Brandon, as this is his first taste of ALR, and I've got to say, it's going to be a very difficult track, isn't it, for Brandon? I think this might be more about just putting the feels out, isn't it? Putting the feels out and seeing what he can do there on the course set. And Brandon at the moment now hasn't got DRS activated, so I'm wondering then if he's just trying to see what is out there at the moment. But both Renaults are really struggling at the bottom of the time sheets at the moment, aren't they? Oh dear, oh dear. Noon does say difficult track, then he did a 35. Oh, it's a FIFA Beefy, it's 1200s down there. He has lost a bit of car as well, and that's a Ferrari also kissing the barrier as well. I've got to say, there's a lot of romance going on out there at the moment, isn't there? In terms of a lot of kissing the barriers, goodness me. Oh, here comes Andre, he's down in 50th as well. That is not a good place to be for the Red Bull driver. Let's see what Andre can do indeed then. German is invalidated this time. Ghost is out on track as well. We've also got Tormo Ross out there. Goodness me, it's very tight. It's very good. Now Serious Mushroom also starting as well. And Serious Mushroom has got some serious pace. He is currently fast at the moment there. Has he ever got a pole position in silver? I hear you guys ask. The answer is not yet then, but today could be the day where he where he puts that hoodoo to bed there. Goodness me, that good stuff indeed there from Serious Mushroom. Really well done and expertly done there from Serious Mushroom, and he is currently fast at the moment there. Razor is at 10th for a second up at the moment. That will put him in front of Flea. He needs to find a bit more time there from the Alfa Romeo driver, from the Alfa Romeo car. Let's see what we can do. There's yellow flags in front of us because that is one of the Haas. It's good minute. That's German there, who is just going for the kink there as well. FIFA there is 3 seconds off, and Andre is just coming up to complete a lap. Now back on board of Andre through the final section as well. Look at these action shots here. I thought he was going to cut the corner there, but goodness me, there he is very much on tenterhooks at the moment, isn't he, Andre is? And now he comes through the final couple of corners as well. He is through and he goes into full fast as Andre does. That should see him safe then. But there, I got to say, there's a lot of drivers in the 34 at the moment. This is very impressive pace, isn't it, from all guys? Oh no, I think we've got a problem there. As a Razor is unfortunately, there's an Alfa Romeo in the wall then. And I think it's just taking a look to see, it's one of the racing points coming up behind him as well. I think it is actually Serious Mushroom. Sorry, I've gone the complete wrong way then. Yes, he's gone off. So Razor is the first driver then out of qualifying then, and into the pits comes Serious Mushroom as well then. So that is a huge blow for... As Torbo Rosso has just got in front of us as well, and so is German also in the pits. Well, that is not good. That's not good at all. Is it for Razor? He is out of qualifying. The highest he would be is 19th in this race, and so that's a major shame now for Serious Mushroom. What a shame indeed. Then so as German comes into the pits now, and he is currently 12th at the moment. Is that going to be safer? That is what I hear you guys asking, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know, because I don't really. Anything can happen in Grand Prix racing, as the great Murray Walker says. And and it usually does, doesn't it? Especially in ALR. Then lovely helmet here from Ghost Recon. He's currently in full fast, isn't he? A much better time for Ghost Recon here. Of course, as I said in the build-up, he's been brilliant, hasn't he? Tommy saying, "Go Shane, go!" And hey again, Sean. And hello, Tommy. I hope you're having a lovely day. Oh, Ghost there is getting a bit squirrely there off the final curve there. FIFA starting this up, he's 4 tenths a second up actually in the final stage there. So FIFA, it's got Flea has got some major pace there, hasn't he? David's also on track as well. We've got a lot of cars. Oh, look at that! I love that shot, by the way. That's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Brilliant stuff, Ben. As you can see there, just flying through turn 8 and 9. I figure they said. I have no idea to be. Oh, it's Flea. It's I gotta say, Flea's a bit too close to that wall, isn't he? Goodness me, then. I think he's getting a bit attached there to that wall as well. Just taking a look to see who's the first man around. I figure this Dave Shaw in the AlphaTauri. His teammate at the moment, Irish Mushroom. I keep saying that. I reckon they need to just they need to fuse, don't they? A new potato there is 9 for the moment, and here comes Dave. Break it down then into turn 8 and 9 as well. Then German saying he missed the pit lane, so it's German then is currently 12 for the moment. And is that going to be safe? That is the question that we need to have answered, and we will have answered in the next minute or so as well. Then here comes Dave Fennis. He is into the final section as well. Look at that! Goodness me! Then wow! These guys are really going to earn their top dollar tonight, aren't they? Around here, it is a tough old course, isn't it? I think the track difficulty that Codemasters given it is only medium though. Which Dave is in at 16th position mode. He has lost 2 tenths of a second there. V Todd is very much staring into the abyss as well. And what about Brandon? He is 5 tenths of a second, but he's gone too wide. That's in turn 9, I think it is. And Brandon there, he's lost all his momentum, unfortunately. FIFA Beefy is also on track as well. He has made it just before the end of the lap then. On board then, V-Top then, he is staring to the abyss. Dave Shaw is out of qualifying. FIFA Beefy, Flea is out of qualifying as well. FIFA is back out on the lap, and so is Brandon as well then. Here comes V-Top then, he's coming down the hill as well then. Let's see what he can do then. Sorry, I gotta brush my hair out the way then. My hairband is gone to one side and I can't see what's going on. As there comes infamous Pillars out, just going straight on as well then. And now V-Todd then accelerating out then as well then. So it's I think someone's just jumped up a position there. It's Brandon who's got up to 18 fastest then. And Brandon had a bit of a scrappy lap from when we was seeing him. He was like wrestling an octopus, wasn't he? As one of Martin Brundle's bingo questions on Saturday wasn't it? Of course, he was definitely wrestling a octopus down there in turn 8 and 9. So Brandon could probably go quicker than that. But I gotta say, he's 18 fastest, which is not too shabby at all there for Brandon in his debut here in ALR as well. It's very difficult, isn't it, it's very difficult to really to have a debut. Oh my goodness, V-Top there, very low commitment. He's 14 fastest there for the man who is second in the World Championship at the moment in time then. What about FIFA Beefy? FIFA is 4 tenths up. Is he going to spoil German's state? My goodness me, German who's been on pole position there. Unaware by me again because I've got absolutely no I just absolutely know nothing. Is that, oh my goodness me, that is a horrific shock there for German. He is out of qualifying. And my goodness me, the man who's been on pole position there twice in 2 races in Australia and in Bahrain is out at the first the first knockout stages here of qualifying 1. And oh goodness gracious me, and German is 16th here today. Dave Shaw is 17th. Brandon is in 18th position. And Flea is in 19th position as well. If Razor in 20th position, unfortunately, he binned it on his one of his last flying laps in as well. Oh dear, that's not good at all, is it there for there's a Brandon there coming through the follow through as well. But German, the man who's fought for the championship, is out of qualifying early doors. Oh goodness me, then I wasn't expecting to be saying that in this first qualifying session. And also I gotta say then before we do anything else, let me just quickly say thank you to Ben Greener, who has just subscribed to us as well. Lovely stuff indeed there. A big old thumbs up from me, absolutely brilliant. We've got Tommy saying it's Itchy and Shane to take this in with is that like air hands, like yay kind of thing? I don't know really. I don't know my emojis. I'm not really cool. Darren saying Dan and that sandbagging makes me look good. We've also got Ghost saying this makes me feel better than last weekend. Yeah, Ghost doing a good job, isn't he? Right up there in 5th position. Lovely stuff indeed. And Darren saying that. And hello Sean and guys. Hello Darren. And and Darren saying and Becca of course as well. I don't think Becca's been on yet actually. And we've also got Tommy saying flying lap by Shane Lego. Right then. Let's take a quick look at the the and look at that, 3,200 seconds separates Serious Mushroom and Pillars. I'm loving that at the top. They're absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Unfortunately, look at how quick. Well, not unfortunately. Look at how close the grid is. This tonight is. It's only 2.8 seconds there. It was a lot bigger last night, wasn't it? So very much more competitive in silver tonight. Then out of qualifying, though, is Razor. He could have got another time in, I feel, and why boost himself higher up. We've lost Flea. We've lost Brandon making his debut tonight as well. Dave Shaw, and also the man who's been on pole position twice this season already, and the only one who's been on pole position. So we're going to have a new pole sitter tonight as well. But our qualifying is Gurman. So that's the biggest shock that I have seen so far in this Vietnamese Grand Prix here in silver. Lovely stuff indeed. Then we're now going into qualifying turn one, and there's a beautiful shot there of the pit lane, or should I say the pit exit? Oh, I really should have charged my photo, to be honest. There is a fun called 53% now. Hopefully it'll hold up. Well, Jake Wilson is very eager because he's already out on track. Lovely stuff indeed there for Jake Wilson. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go then. His timing, I think his sense there got a bit AWOL there, didn't he? It seems like he was out on track then. So in this session, we are aiming to lose 5 cars then, and we are going to have just 10 going for pole position then. And we're going to have a new pole sitter as well this season, as with Gurman there, unfortunately sitting on the sidelines there. That's a shock in of itself, isn't it? Goodness me. But who is going to be knocked out this next qualifying session as well then? We've only got 14 cars in this session, and have we missed? I think has someone had a problem there, and unbeknownst to me, it looks like someone is out of this qualifying session, and I don't know who it is. Oh no! It's Dan. It's Dan who's been glitched out of the qualifying session. I thought we only had 14 drivers there, and oh goodness me! So Dan Pilbeam has been glitched out of qualifying as well. Hang on a minute, I've got to let me take a look at my list as well. And I apologise, Dan. All I know people by gamer tags, and that's about it. That is a huge shame, isn't it? Because oh my goodness me, that is not fair at all, is it? And of course, and it really, what a shame there for. What a shame now for Dan then, isn't it? As he was, he would have had so he's basically lost the chance of getting into qualifying 3 here tonight, isn't he? By no fault of his own as well, then. So absolutely despair there, isn't it? And what a shame then. So he's glitched out of qualifying 2. Hopefully he can get himself back for the race then, at least then, as and hopefully he can have it, because remember, Dan Murphy had a cracking drive last night, didn't he? He was 17th on the grid then, he was slightly late last night, but in the rain, my goodness me, he showed the form that he showed in Season 2, didn't he? If anyone remembers Dan in Season 2, he was absolutely brilliant in Germany, the best pole position lap you will ever see. Go back and watch it, my goodness me. He was walking on water in that horrific Grand Prix in Germany as well then. Oh, that's all right then. Cool indeed. Then sorry, I got distracted there. And let me get up the old stream again. Still in the lobby, but can't qualify yet. Dan Pilbeam is then. So that is such a shame then, isn't it? And really disappointed. But yeah, hopefully you'll be in the race then. Hopefully that might help you out slightly then. But yeah, I do feel for you, because sometimes it's just these things. Codemasters, isn't it? Let's just blame Codemasters. Oh, VTOD, they're getting very close to the wall there, isn't he? So just watching then VTOD then coming down the back straight as well then, and into the very difficult 5 and 6 as well then. And here he comes then, and now into turn 6 then. And you can see then it is a very long left-hander here, isn't it? And as justice for Pillars as a draw fast has come to my aid there, hasn't he? Because his Pillars has been knocked out of qualifying. And Pillars was, remember, and thanks for that draw fast there, as he's really saved my bacon there, and I do love a bit of bacon as well. But yeah, so and that's unfortunate. So Pillars, who was definitely really was going to be a man who was definitely going to be in the pole position frame here tonight as well. Then as now we've got a lot of hashtags, justice for Pillars. Let me qualify. so oh goodness me, then. I think it's going to be. Might even be a riot as well. Here comes V-Top then. Let's see if he can riot on and get a good time out of this race and point. Now he's been built the pace in qualifying. Well, let's see what he can do in a qualifying 2 then. As he is now coming into the turn at 22 then. Now accelerates that. They're not taking too much of the outside curve then. He's taking a lot of outside curve there into 23 and almost kissing the wall. He is fast another 35 at 6.44 at the moment. Good stuff, Dita. What about his teammate Serious Mushroom? Serious Mushroom is actually abandoned us up and come into the pits then. And we got the Williams of Avicii there just coming through the final turn. He's just starting this lap as well. And we've got our Red Bull out there as well of Andre. Andre has gone second fast one. We've got McLaren at Toro Rosso in third position. Well, Toro Rosso had a fantastic drive in Bahrain last week, didn't he? He got a podium as well. Toro Rosso did in McLaren. Lovely stuff there. Is he going to have more of the same here tonight? Then we'll find out then. Here comes Wilson, and he has started this lap as well. And I've just cut my nose. Oh gosh, that really hurts. And I've got to man up there and just get myself going then, don't I? I've got to hold the tears back as I've really hurt my nose. Anyway then, now that is, we're coming now out to turn 8 and 9 then. Here comes New Potato then, the bronze champion of course there. And he's had a very difficult start to the season, hasn't he? He scored 6 points there for the AlphaTauri. I was expected to be right up in the thick of it, but so far he showed a bit of pace in Australia. Bahrain there, he was also in the thick of it as well, but he's not had a mistake-free weekend yet, or a event yet, has he, from the bronze champion and New Potato. Remember, he won the first ever bronze championship, of course. So we only had 9 rounds of bronze last season, didn't we? This season there is 22 rounds there. Really difficult indeed. And New Potato there, very good time now. He's on the medium tyre as well. Then he goes into second fast, I should say. Then Wilson is also on the medium tyre as well. Vitot is on the soft there, and he's currently fastest. Is Vitot? They're going to force then the guys who are on the medium tyres then to put on the soft tyres. Then yellow flag is one of the Red Bulls there. It's on a couple of issues. I think it's Andre, I believe. We're on board then with the Williams there of Paint, and Paint is looking strong here tonight as well, isn't he? And let's see what he can do as he comes up to the line. Third fast there for Paint, and also on the medium tyre as well then. And if any of you are wondering why these guys qualified on the medium tyres, it is because then if you qualify in the top 10, you must start on the tyres which you set your fastest time on. And I would say that the medium tyre is probably the more preferred race tyre at this stage of the proceedings, but maybe they're just seeing if they can sneak through on the medium tyre then. I've got to say, I'll be surprised if all from this qualified on the medium tyre will be able to get through. But I'm usually more often than not wrong about these things. And here comes Murphy, the championship leader. He's got a 25-point advantage so far as he comes into Vietnam then. I've got to say, in his wildest dreams, I don't think he would have expected to be saying that then. Out of the final turn then, and here comes Murphy, comes up to the line, and Murphy is currently full fast. He's done a 35.9 there. I don't think the championship leader is safe at the moment. So McLaren is getting wheeled back in then. Baz is on the back straight. Shane has just started this up as well then. Ghost has also started this up, and so has Mark Smello then. But we're going to keep an eye on what Baz could do. Baz could do then, of course. Baz, a forward bronze driver. But Baz then is now just threading his way into the final part of the lap as well then. As Andreas just said, Valtteri, it's James, and that is definitely not something that Dan Murphy does not want to be hearing, is there? As now Baz coming through the final corner. Goodness me, then stepping right on the gas there. He is 9 fast more. He is the slowest of the drivers to set a time at this stage of proceedings. FIFA there is just starts up. So Shane is on the first of the back straights, but it looks second of the back straights. We've also got Ghost Recon also on the second of the back straights, just in front of his teammate. And both Ferraris are close company. I wonder if they're going to try and do a bit of a tow. Remember, both Williamses did a tow, didn't they? Back in Bahrain and Australia, didn't they? And of course, unfortunately, it didn't work out to Grant Stefan. He got a 5-place grid penalty, didn't he? The double world champion of bronze there. So on a difficult start to the championship at the moment, Grant is. But of course, remember, he's a veteran, isn't he, in the sport, and we expect him to bounce back. Here comes Mark Schmeller there. He's coming through turn 23. Let's see what he can do there. Goodness me, he's kissed the wall. That's more than a kiss. That's a French kiss. He is in 10th fast at the moment. He's a 10th mistake away from Baz at the moment. What about Shane? And Shane coming through the final turn as well in the front. Look at that Haas there. So Shane giving it a wide berth. Ghost is in 9th position at the moment. Ghost might be a bit disappointed at that time, to be honest, as FIFA might be very disappointed at that time, as he is unfortunately invalidated this time, and he is going to have to go around again then on those medium tires. Serious Mushroom is peaked back out of the pits once again then, and let's see what he can do then as well. We're going to keep an eye on, see what FIFA Beef can do then as he comes into the final turn as well. Is he going to come in the pits, or is he going to stay out? It's a very unusual pit lane here, because look, we missed the final 2 turns here, and look at this, FIFA Beefy absolutely displaying it beautifully well as he comes into the pits there. Misses turn 22 and 23, don't we? And we also missed turn 1 as well. We come out on the heart of turn 2, really similar to Canada, isn't it? But he's coming in the pits. Vitot has just finished off his outlap as well, and he is now away and on he's now away and go for another lap at this moment, isn't he, Vitot? He's got another another set of soft tires. So Viton, oh, he's hit the wall, and he's been sent on the outside as well. That wing of Racing Point is fantastic, isn't it? Racing Point's facility is just outside of Silverstone, isn't it? Goodness gracious me, they do build them strong there, don't they? The former Jordan team, the former Spiker team, the former Force India team as well, and I'm sure there was also Midland as well, weren't they? There might have been another team they've been there as well, but Viton there is looking at more of a leisurely pace at the moment. He's coming down the back straight there. So then, as a Viton is just trying to compose himself as well. Anyone else out there at the moment who is on a time, not by looks, they're all filtering back in the pits then. And we've already done 10 minutes of this session, more or less, haven't we, so far? And I got to say that the guys then are going to have to really start to think about getting on there. These lap times are quite longish lap times, aren't they? Of course, it's almost a minute and a half, isn't it, for a quick lap? Well, just over a minute and a half, isn't it? So you have to probably leave the pits there with about 2-ish minutes to go at the very least, don't you? If you want to get round in a sensible time as well. You also got to think about traffic as well. I know this is a 3.4 mile circuit then, but these guys will surely trip over each other because they normally do, don't they? They all like the same piece of tarmac, don't they? I know they're 3.4 miles of it, but they all just want to be on the same part, don't they? Viton back in the pits as well then, as he was a 10th up in the first sector, mind. So interesting stuff there from Viton. Serious Mushroom is out on track as well. What about Toro Rosso? Toro Rosso is invalid this time, and he's also 2 seconds down then, so we'll leave him be then for now. And now Serious Mushroom curl out the follow turn, and he goes full fast. That's a better time for Serious Mushroom. Well, I say that's a lot better time, isn't it? Because he hadn't set a time up until now then, and he is full fast. Lovely helmet there from Mushroom as well. Love that helmet, beautiful stuff indeed then. So then, at the moment, we're going to have a bit of a lull at the moment, and as we're just, as everyone has set a time then, and they're all coming back in the pits, and they are just planning on their next strategy, their next chess move, isn't it? Well, Toro Rosso then, who, as I said, in Bahrain had a fantastic drive. I think that was his best race of his career, wasn't it, in silver from Toro Rosso? He was outstanding, wasn't he, last week as well, and he was fighting away with the top guys. He looked at home up there as well. Can he do the same again here tonight then? Well, at the moment, he's currently 8th fastest on track. He's got 4 minutes to go, and he has definitely nailed his colours to the mask here, hasn't he? He is on the medium tyres, and he wants to stay yellow then. He doesn't want to go to the red stripe soft tyres, of course, which is the quicker tyre, but it is not a very good race tyre, is it, by the looks of things, albeit in the latter stages of last night. It did 10 laps, didn't it? And it's a 28 lap circuit. So perhaps then, I'm wondering then, perhaps the soft tyre is not as bad as what people might be thinking about, but they're all going for the medium tyres at the moment, aren't they? As a lovely shot here. Look at this as we look down here in Vietnam, and look at that, that's a fantastic shot, isn't it? As they're going the opposite way to the incredible stuff indeed then. Now here comes a Toro Rosso. DRS, there's 3 DRS zones around here on the back straight as well, coming out of the kink of turn, I think, well, it's not even, I don't think it's a turn, is it? Now there's Toro Rosso then out to turn 8 as well then, and we've also got DRS on the start finish straight as well, which was unbeknownst to me last one, wasn't it? So I was telling you porkies, I said that there was only 2 DRS zones last night, but there was 3. So that just shows why you should never listen to me, you should never listen to me whatsoever then. Toro Rosso's probably not listening to it at the moment. All he's concerned about is getting a lap time in. He was free, Tesla was taken up there in the second sector as well, drifting wide there, taking the long outside curve there, and there is new racing lines. I gotta say, the thing that I love about this circuit, well, only because it's new, but also because of the fact that there's all kinds of different racing lines out there at the moment. Toro Rosso improves by 2 positions and goes up to 6, but he has done 3 laps there on those medium tyres, and that is not going to be helpful for the race, is it? Dan Murphy has decided to stick his put himself on the soft tyres, hasn't it? So interesting stuff from Dan then, and he is out on track at the moment as well. We've also got FIFA Beefy on track in the Renault there as well. Murphy comes across the line and he's gone fastest by 1.7 seconds improvement on his former time there, and I think he just wanted to make sure he was safe then. And Murphy there, of course, well, track position didn't really matter for Dan last night, did he? He came 17th to come 5th, didn't he? But tonight it's all about the championship for Dan, isn't it? As of course he is leading the championship by 25 points to 1. He doesn't want anything to cause him any unfortunate headaches, does he? FIFA Beefy then, we're on board with him now, and as well in the Renault, and you can see, I got to say, I love this final section of corners. Look at it, lovely stuff indeed there. Now into 22 then as well then. These final two turns that just feel a bit out of place, don't they? I've got to say, it really slows your momentum. And they are very frustrating corners, aren't they? As we've seen a couple of cars already in the wall there. FIFA BP is in the top 10. That's his aim, but he is on the cusp, isn't he? And he's got a 10 for a second advantage over Ghost at the moment. And McLaren is slowing down on the exit turn 8 as well, as you got VTOL back out on track as well. I'm just taking a look to see who is the closest to home at the moment. We're on board the Ferrari, and I think it is the Ferrari actually, into the final sector as well. He's 3 tenths per second down. Ghost is. I don't think that is going to trouble. Don't think that's going to trouble anyone at the moment. And for Ghost Center, Ghost has got to find some time there in the bag, doesn't he? As Darren saying, someone's car keeps appearing on track and flashes there. Is it? Really? Let's have a look. We're on board there with Marshmallow. If I missed that, I probably have, haven't I? As gone the speed, and I gotta say, a good job I'm not like a guy that has to watch the CCTV or like has to be really observant about anything, isn't it? Because I miss everything. Anyway, then there's Marshmallow coming through the final turn as well. He is in the he's 30 with the moment. That's a much better time for Marshmallow. A much better time indeed then, and that's going to force a lot of drivers there to maybe go on the soft tires, but it's a bit too late, isn't it? If you want to change your strategy now, you you're definitely on the strategy you're on now. Baz has got the third fast. I missed him just to the finish there as well. V-Todd is at full fast. He can go around again if he wants, and V-Todd, or does he feel he's safe? We got an Alfa Romeo that coming through the front turn as well. That's Wilson just starting his lap as well. And what about as we're on board there with V-Todd, I'm just taking a look to see who else is out there at the moment. Shane is in the pits, and we got a Ferrari of Ghost Recon. He's 2 tenths of a second down, and FIFA's also a couple of tenths down as well. Jake is out on track at the moment, and Andre is a 10th for a second up at the moment, and he is staying on the medium tires as well. Andre is very much in the cusp of things at the moment, and as it stands, it's only Wilson out there that is going faster, isn't it? Goodness me then. And there could be some tears, and is it going to be Itchy? Well, Itchy can't defend himself now, can he? We're just watching Andre, and he is at 9 thousandths of a second. He's in the wall. Andre's in the wall there. That might not be a costly mistake there, but we'll find out in a minute then. I think he's just trying to get himself back on track then, but luckily he hasn't damaged the steering arm or anything like that from the Red Bull, so he carries on then. But what about Wilson? Oh, he's 4 tenths of a second up. Is that good enough? Well, it's on the cusp, isn't it, from Itchy at the moment, and Itchy's done a crack in that. He's breaking down into turn 8 and dropping down to 30 miles an hour almost there. And it's almost pedestrian levels of speed, isn't it, for Joe Wilson as he accelerates out of turn 9 then. And away he goes. Pacer very close to the wall there. I wonder if he destroyed a bit of his momentum there. And now flying through these final section of corners as well. As you can see, it's just so incredibly intense. It's in the final sector here. You've got left, right, left, right, left, right. It's incredible, isn't it? Into 22 as well. Then he's out into 23. Then is this going to be enough? He's just got carrying. Oh, he's at the wall. He's at the wall big time. He's heading on the wall. And a Wilson there as a oh no, he is out of qualifying, and the finish line is a bit too far in front of it, and Wilson is out of qualifying. That final mistake on the final corner has really cost him majorly, and he is not going to be into qualifying 3 then. Or perhaps it might be a ploy for Wilson there. He might want to start on fresh tyres there for qualifying 3 for the race itself. Road Ghost said the mediums are awful on this track then as well. Ghost said that probably shows in his that definitely shows in his old time as well, doesn't it? He's done a 37 there from Ghost, and remember he was definitely fighting in the thick of things, wasn't he, in qualifying 1? So yeah, that's interesting stuff. And so maybe the medium tyre is not the best race tyre, is it? Well, we'll find out who is starting on what tyre in just a few moments. But it looks like half and half, split down the middle, isn't it? We're on board with Wilson then, who unfortunately at the final corner just couldn't get it over the line, could he? And because of that, he is out of qualifying. He's 11 fastest then at the moment then. And remember, we've also lost Infamous Pillars as well, unfortunately, as he had a glitch there, didn't he? I'm still waiting for Justice for Pillars and Let Me Qualify to trend on Twitter then, and I'm going to keep an eye on that for the remainder of tonight as well, because it probably will trend sometime, won't it? There's a lot of interesting things that trends on Twitter, doesn't it, really? Very interesting stuff indeed then. But anyway, enough about Twitter and all the social media stuff. We got to go into qualifying 3 just a few moments time as well. Wilson, we're on board with at the moment now, as we are just finishing off qualifying now. Then so the time ticks down, and that is the end of qualifying 2 then. And we're going to go into qualifying 3 in just a few moments time. And remember, we're going to have a first time polls. We're going to have a new polls there for Vietnam as well. Of course, this is the first time we're here. But not only that, it's also going to be it's also because Gertman is out of qualifying. He is down in 60th position at the moment. Goodness me. Out of qualifying, then Shane then is out of qualifying. Also out of qualifying as well is Ghost Recon. Both Ferraris lining up on the 7th row of the grid then. A former Ferrari driver, FIFA Beefy, is 12th then. And Jake Wilson is 11th as well. In the top 10, we have Itchy, Andre, Toro Rosso, Serious Mushroom, Paint, and Nude Potato then. All on medium tires, soft tires for VTOD, Baz, Mark Mello, and Murphy. And that is interesting dynamic, isn't it? 4 on the softs, 6 on the mediums. Let's get going for qualifying 3. Right then, there we go then. So this is where it gets really fast and furious, isn't it? So then we've got 10 drivers. Who's going to be on pole position then for the first ever Vietnamese Grand Prix for the third round of the season as well. Of course, as we said, German has been on pole position in the first 2 rounds of silver, and that trend has been broken here tonight. Then who is got it in there now to get on pole position? Vito has done a cracking job actually, because he looked very much at sea in qualifying 1, and in qualifying 2 just transformed really transformed his fortunes. Brilliant 17th, and the top 3 are in qualifying 3, which is exactly what we wanted, wasn't it? Mark Spiller coming out of the pits now as well. We got Brooke Grilla, a former ALR driver. Evening, Sean. Good evening, Todd. Hope you're well here tonight as well. And is coming out of the pits now, and you can see then there's a queue of cars then as well. Then. It's a longer course, isn't it? So really, you won't be out there straight away then. So Mark Smell is the first man then out on track as well. In the Kevin Magnussen Haas and as well then. Unfortunately, Kevin Magnussen didn't last very long in the Silverstone last night, did he? But let's hope Mark Smello, who is driving his car then, has a better time of it tonight as well. We're on board with Mark Smello. He is now just on out of mode. Everyone is out of the pits at the moment, apart from 4 cars. And I think we've got both Williamses in the pits there. Interesting dynamic there. We've got McLaren in the pits as well. And we have also got Andre and Andre as well in the pits as well. So there we go then. So 4 cars in the pits then, 6 cars out on track then. Of course, Supermaster, I'm very impressed with that. I give myself a South 45 which I probably will do later. So Marksman is the first man on track then. Of course, because he's the first on track, he will not have the issue of yellow flags, but he will not have the track as optimal best as well, because this is a new track. The track will rubber in. There might be a steep evolution, of course, and the track will be very much greener than what it normally is, isn't it? Of course, this is the first time that we're racing around here, isn't it? And now then, we're coming into the final part of the lap as well. Then, as Brooke Griller said, Todd said, Tess has said hello as well. So, hello, Tess. Hope you're well, and I hope that all of you are as well as young Amy. Right then, as now Mark Smeller then coming through the final part of the lap as well. And here we go. Then we're about to start up. Then Mark Smeller, we're on board with him now and going over the grid hatches to start up. Then as we go into turn 1, the turn 1 is a very acute left-hander as well. Then go over the curbs and hover over the curbs and taking too much of the outside curve now. Mark Smello is there now. I think that's really damaged the momentum now, the Haas drive as well. And look at how oh goodness me, look how close you go against that barrier there. You cannot watch these barriers because you go straight into them. It's all about 6th sense, isn't it? And Bruce Willis knows all about 6th sense, doesn't he? There's a random film fact as well, which I haven't even watched 6th sense, but there you go. Anyway, enough about that then. We're coming into turn 6 as well then. And look how wide Mark Smello is as well then. The back end wants to overtake the front, doesn't it? But Mark Smello's very much in control there. Lovely 17th and down the back straight as well then. And let's see, we're just waiting for the DRS now for Mark Smello. The driver hasn't got too much apart from activate the DRS. He's done that now, and there it is, and it's wide open there for the Haas. And we are now just waiting for turn 8. It comes upon you quite quickly, albeit it's a long straight, and he breaks down from 8th gear then, dropping down into 2nd gear then. First gear then from Mark Smello, because he wanted a bit more acceleration, didn't he? And now he is away then, and he is now coming up into the final part of the course as well then, as it's a completely different part of the course now, isn't it? As it is left, right then. We're on board with Mark Smello. I'm leading to left to right as well with Mark Smello, because goodness me, you got to have a lot of skill, don't you, to get through here without to crash into the barrier. Believe you me, I have no skill whatsoever, and I've been in all those barriers in the follow sector and all the other barriers in section 1 and 2 as well. Mark Smello then out of 22 into 23, then he's run out of deployment then, but let's see if he's still got enough power. He comes across the line, instead of 34.9 there, and a good start in time there for Mark Smello. Lovely stuff indeed there. We got a racing point coming up across the line now. Viton is second fastest, but Nude Potato is currently the fastest man on the track. He's done a 34.5 there from the bronze world champion. Lovely stuff indeed there. Tormar Rosso is the next one. Oh goodness me, they're kissing the Armco barrier as well, but he's on pole position. Fantastic. Or is he? Here comes the championship leader. He is currently second at the moment. moment, a whisker away then. The second, oh my goodness, really serious Musher. He's got some pace here tonight, hasn't he? And like as ever, he has been brilliant so far in this season, hasn't he? Well done to Serious Musher now. Once again, doing an absolutely spectacular job then. Once again, lovely stuff indeed there. And now we've got on board with Andre as well then. That'll turn 10 then, as you can see then, and it coming through this final sector as well. I got to say, last night Gold did an absolutely cracking job, didn't they? Only one retirement last night as well, which is the Alfa Romeo. Brilliant stuff as well. We had 2 or 3 other retirements, but none of them was crash damage, was it? So very interesting stuff indeed. Tommy has said, go Itchy! And I'm sure that Itchy is itching to get a lap on the board there as well. Andre coming through the final turn, and look at that then. That is perfectly executed. It's 5th fastest there for the Red Bull driver. Lovely stuff indeed then. Baz is out on track mode. He's trying to warm up those tyres, isn't he? Pace is on track as well, and so is Itchy then. Both Williams drivers out. They're going to have a cheeky slipstream while it's Itchy who is benefiting from that at the moment there. And now Payne's coming through the complete the first sector as well. Yellow flags right there. Don't worry about that, guys. It is just someone just coming back into the pit set. Of course, as well, we'll keep you up to date of all your favourite drivers out there at the moment. And I think it was the Alpha Tauri of Nude Potato, who's currently 4th fast at the moment as well there. At the moment, Toro Rosso is currently top of the standards at the moment, isn't he? He's at a 34-1 for Serious Musher there. Look at that, it's actually 200 a second, exactly separates the front 2 men at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed there. I'm loving this then, as they accelerate out of 9 as well then, and away they go then, coming to the final sector as well. Intermediate 2 coming up, 061 there. Lovely stuff indeed. Oh, he's in the barrier almost, goodness me. He would have lost some time there, wouldn't he? Because he would have had to get off the accelerator. He needs to straighten up the car a lot quicker than that then. But let's see then how much time has he lost as he comes into the final part of the course as well then. And he has got 2 more corners from home. 22 now into 23 as well then. Itchy might be a bit too close here. Might be damaging his might be getting a bit of a dirty air there. Williams are Payne's there is 5th fastest. We got a damaged Williams in the background of Itchy, and he is down in 8th position now. And one of the dirty air really cost him at the end then for the second driver, Itchy car there of the Williams side. On board down Baz at the moment, he's on a purple in the first sector. Lovely something there from Baz side. Baz at the moment has been very consistent, hasn't he? So, oh my goodness me then, I gotta say then, that McLaren Renault is definitely shaking that booty. Look at that as they come through turn 7 as well then, as Baz coming down the straight, down the back straight as well then. Look at all the fluff and pollen in the air there. Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous day here in Hanoi there as well. Lovely stuff indeed. Is that Hanoi? I don't know. Well, all I know is we're in Vietnam. Yeah, lovely stuff indeed. A lovely day here in Vietnam. Absolutely splendid stuff. Absolutely night and day from last night, because it was very gloomy last night. We had a sprinkling of rain, didn't we, as well? That was really spiced up for the Gold guys. Well, at the moment then, I have heard no inkling of rain then either. A second intermediate time for Baz there. He's a couple of tenths off, isn't he? The fastest qualifiers at the moment, Baz is. But as we said, then Baz has been brilliant, hasn't he, in terms of the because he scored twice in the first 2 races, hasn't he? And last week as well, it was all about his consistency, wasn't it? And not getting any penalties to promote him back up to the top 10. It was absolutely lovely stuff there from Baz through the final turn. This is a good time for Baz, I feel, and he's 8th fast. It's a cracking time. He is in 8th position there, and he's done a 35 at 3 as well. He's 4/10 second away from Mark Mello at the moment then. 4 minutes to go in the session, and the final countdown is on then before we get into before we finalise who is going to be in the top 10 for ALR Silver here tonight then. So I'm just taking a breather at the moment. So we've got Baz then, who is coming back in the pits, I feel. We've got a Racing Point out just behind him as well then. So we've got exactly 4 minutes to go then. We've got a Alpha Tauri then, who is back out on track mode. He's on an outlap at the moment, the Alpha Tauri is. As Baz, I just get out of the way of the Racing Point as well. Lovely stuff indeed. Sorry, Racing Point? Yeah, it's a Racing Point. For some reason I thought he said Force India. Anyway, coming through the final turn as well. And now New Patel then, who currently is 4th fast mode, and he's gone out quite quickly, quite early on in this session. I wonder if this might be his attack, might be his lap, or is he going to just abandon this up in the end and come back in the pits? And we'll find out in a jiffy. Well, probably in about a minute and a half's time, won't we? New as a potato coming through, and then DRS there. DRS is on the apex there of turn 4. So now we've got to turn the car and concentrate and point that car through that narrow gap in the walls then. But you've also got to activate the DRS, otherwise you're going to be losing time down that back straight, isn't it? The golden rule of Formula 1 is, of course, there's also a slow entry straight, and to maximise the apex speed, isn't it? The car virtual lose speed coming down these straights, especially here in Vietnam as well. Then so we're coming down the back straight as well. There's a McLaren in the background as well. I think that's Toro Rosso, who's currently the defending. There's the man who's defending his pole position at the moment. And in this group of cars, no one has been on pole position as far as I believe in silver. So we're going to have a brand new silver pole sitter as well. And this is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And we do like to see new pole sitters over in silver. Remember in Australia we had it's exactly the same in Australia as well, because silver is a very much is a completely well, we got a lot of the old names, haven't we? But it's a very much a complete different dynamic to this time last year. Remember this time last year, I think it was at Monaco, wasn't we? We wasn't we? We had a random calendar for silver, didn't we, last season as well? And it was Glock who was dominating, wasn't he? 2 wins from 2, similar to Dan Murphy at this stage of the season. But remember that monopoly was really knocked down, wasn't it, by Faxland in Monaco? As a Potato goes pole position, he's done a 33. They're fantastic, and he is in the 33s there, and that's a good time indeed. What about Toro Rosso? He has lost 2 seconds there. He's going to have to go around again. Then he has got 2 minutes there to get himself back into that pole position that slot at the moment. Mark Smell is also invalidated his time spotted, so Mark Smell is going to have to find something. Oh, goodness me, very close to the barrier as well. That would have also ended his second chance. Well, if he damaged the wing, then that would have been it. That would have been the end of it. Todd is staying with top 3 is Murphy, Toro Rosso, and New Potato there as a top there. Really, I love your predictions. I would love to hear your other predictions as well, everyone. Then, so throw them in the comments, and I'll try and read them out as best as I can. Then, now we got no, we haven't. We got Mushroom, who is into the final part of the course as well, and he is 2 corners from home in the race. But look at how much he's hacked sort of way on that wheel there, isn't he? But is it going to be enough then? He's taking a lot of steering input. Is it? Not quite. And he's asked the 10th of a second there. He's got a minute to go. There's McLaren, who is stopped completely on the straight there, isn't he? And oh dear, Toro Rosso is out of qualified, and so he is going to be on the second row. I'm sorry, he's going to be second at this moment in time then. Who is anyone going to displace them? We've got Andre, who is on a outlap for the moment as well. We've got both Williams is also on track as well. Mark Mello's out on track, then Barsman is going for another lap here, isn't he? He's 99 second up at the moment. We just got V-Tot then, who's also had submissions as well. Where is V-Tot then? V-Tot is down the back straight. V-Tot ain't going to be able to get a sensible timing by the looks then, which is the shame then. So what about Serious Mushroom? He's a 10 for a second up. Is that enough? Well, it's only enough for a second position at the moment though, isn't it? And his teammate there is just getting out of the way, isn't he? I don't think they want to play any games, do they? In the battle for pole position today, as they come down into turn 8 and 9 as well. Serious Mushroom now going a bit wide into 8 then, and he gets on the accelerator. Absolutely lovely stuff indeed then. So Serious Mushroom is coming the first man then to come through at the men who's challenging for the pole position at the moment. It's New Potato, his first pole position of his silver career. And brilliant stuff indeed there from New Potato. Oh my goodness me! And Serious Mushroom is in the water, and he's damaged the car. Serious Mushroom has damaged the car, but third position has been an absolutely fantastic effort. But unfortunately for the racing point, that is done. That is it. It's done and dusted. Baz is 8 seconds down as well, then. So unfortunately, Baz might not be able to improve either. Here comes Andre. We've also got both Williamses as well. Williamses are a lot more spread out than what they were before. So interesting stuff indeed. Then Andre there coming out of turn 9 as well then. Now he's 2/10 of a second up in the second sector. That is going to get him in front of Payne said. So of course Payne did show some electric speed in qualifying 1, didn't he? Good stuff indeed then. And then now then he's coming into the final part of the lap as well. We're back on board with Andre. Let's see what he can do then. Can he improve to the third row? V-Tot is out qualifying as well. Both racing points are from Andre through the final turn as well. He is 6 fast then. Good stuff indeed there. One of the wheels and here comes Paynes. Is he going to improve? Paynes improves and he's over the 5th position. Position of his silver career. Fantastic stuff there from Murphy. Right at the end there. He wasn't pole position at all for any of his laps. And then he pulled it out of the bag. And that is his first pole position of his ALR silver career. The championship leader is really dominating silver at the moment. It's 2 wins from 2. And now he's on the front. And now he's starting from pole position. And he got 4/10 of a second over New Potato, who's second. But Murphy is out on the laugh out the road, isn't he? And the beautiful new black Mercedes as well then. So congratulations to Murphy. He is the man that they have got to beat then coming off the line. So congratulations to Murphy. Really good some detail. But alongside him is that New Potato. New Potato is not a man. It's not gonna take that line down, is he? He is going to be definitely very strong in the race, isn't he? Tormar Rosso once again right up there. He's looking very good this season, isn't he? Tormar Rosso is a completely different driver. Loving it. In fourth position is Cirrus Mushroom. That is the second row. We've got Paynes in fifth position. Marks Mello is sixth. Andre is seventh with Bazman in eighth position. V Todd is ninth, and Itchy completes the top 10 as well. Then. Here we go then, this is going to be good 17 then, and right then, so then that is qualifying done and dust everyone. Now this is what everyone was interested in, this is what they've wanted to tune into, and now it's the race itself. Murphy found 3/10 for second in the end, and fantastic stuff from Murphy, and he is on a pole position there. Alongside him is New Potato, that is the front row then. Tormar Rosso in third position then. Now Cirrus Mushroom fourth then. Paynes is in fifth with Marks Mello in sixth, lovely stuff. Andre seventh with Baz in eighth position. V Todd in ninth. And Itchy is the complete top 10 as well. And Todd is happy that his prediction is absolutely on point as well. Good stuff indeed. So then now this is where the points are earned now, isn't it? Of course, we've had the fun of qualifying, haven't we? We've had the fun of the drivers that are really going toe to toe to see who is the fastest on this day in history. It is now to see who is going to get the points as well. Remember, this is what they're all fighting for. And they're not fighting to be the fastest, they're fighting to win the World Championship, of course, aren't they? And at the moment, it's Dan Murphy who is currently top of the standards at the moment now. And his closest competitor, which is V Todd, 25 points back, is only 9 fastest here tonight as well. Third place, Cirrus Mushroom is actually, I think he's fourth on the grid, isn't he? I believe so. Yeah, Cirrus Mushroom is Dan Murphy's closest competitor. German, who was fourth in the championship, way down in 16th position there. This is going to really shake up the championship order, isn't it? Body in tonight, and good stuff indeed. Then, as the drivers are just about getting themselves ready to go as well. Then. So then there's, we don't know. Oh, there we go. Now we've had ticks as well then. So there is the countdown. I love the countdown, the top end there as well. As I feel like I need to start singing the final countdown, but I don't think anyone deserves that, really, in the time of life right now. Of course, it is Monday after all, isn't it? And this is our Monday relief we're giving you here in ALR Silver, of course, then. And this is going to be fantastic stuff indeed then. So the countdown is just about to finish then, and we are about to get going here in Vietnam then. But before we do, we got a formation lap, haven't we? Todd is saying good luck and have a good race, guys. Good stuff indeed then. So then, as we are now getting ready for the formation lap, we had a bit of a false start last week, didn't we? Hopefully we're going to have the same again here tonight. We're just going to have to hear me waffle on about the history of Formula 1 again. Well, this is the first time we're here in Vietnam, which I've said so many times, but I'm saying it again now, as it is something that we've really got to think about. And there's another thing you've got to think about, is the compounded tyres. Murphy is on the soft tyres. I completely forgot about that. And I love the graphic there as well. Of course, the soft tyres there is, looks like it's going to be a two-stopper, is it? But looks, that's an interesting graphic there. And they think it's going to be a two-stopper if you're starting on the soft tyres. Whatever happens, interesting stuff there. Soft tyres did 10 laps last night, so I feel that the medium tyres could probably stretch to 18, so I think a one-stop should be good enough. Obviously, if I'm wrong, guys, just tell me, because I am normally wrong. Anyway, enough waffling on. Let's go through the grid tyre from front to back, from pole position to 20th on the grid. I've just noticed Pillars, who has had a bit very unlucky tonight, hasn't he? Because he is now right at the back of the field, as he is down in 20th position. He glitched out qualifying, and now, unfortunately, he's not going to start 15th. He's going to start 20th on the grid. So both Mercedes at first and last there. That's not good at all then. Memphis Pillars. So obviously, hasn't got the luck of Lewis Hamilton here tonight, has he? Right then, Murphy, his first pole position is silver. Can he capitalise on those soft tyres? Second is that New Potato. Third position is that Tormar Rosso. Cirrus Mushroom in fourth. Then Paynes is in fifth position at the moment there. Sixth position is Marks Mello. Seventh is Andre. Eighth position is Baz. Ninth position is Itchy. 10th position is Jake Wilson. And that's the top 10. They all have to start on the tyres, which they set the fastest time on in qualifying too. So they're going to be on older tyres then. And soft tyres for Baz, for Marks Mello as well then. Outside the top 10 is in 13th position. 11th position is FIFA BP. Medium tyres then. But then new tyres then. Ghost is in 12th. Shade is in 13th. V Todd is in 14th. He's on soft tyres. V Todd is interesting stuff indeed there for V Todd. He wants to go for an attack in first half. Remember, he's second of the World Championship. V Todd is at this stage of the proceedings. 15th is German and 16th is Dave Shaw. Dave is on hard tyres. German on medium. Both those two Jim finds the formation lap. Brandon making his debut here tonight in the Ocon car. Good luck to Brandon. You can see there's also 2 stoppers as well for the medium tires going to lap 11, then going on to soft there. I'm not really sure about that graphic. 18th position there is Fleet, also on the hard tires as well then. 19th position is Razor, and Pillars is 20th on the grid then, so he's going to have an absolutely almighty race, isn't he, here tonight then? Right then, that's the from the view from pole position, and there's that Murphy as they come across to the left hand side, sorry, the right hand side at the very last bit as well. The green flag is being shown in the background. That is it. We are ready to get going here then, here in Vietnam as well then, and we are just waiting for those lights to come on then. And there they are then. We got 4, we got 5. There's a pause, and we are go. And good start in the background there for the Alfa Romeo there. But Murphy is kept his lead, and a very good launch there from Murphy. And look at that Haas there popping out. There's damage already then. Someone is going to the back before even going to turn 1 then. And let's take a look then. It's very clean, the opening stage of gold then. But here tonight then, there's also already a bit of dirt before even going to turn 1 then. Mark's Miller on the outside as well. And it's a pinch zone coming into 4 and 5. And oh my goodness me then. And they're weaving all over the track at the moment, isn't it? Oh gosh, and look at these cars there. Going down the first of the 2 long straights on board with Andre, I should say that. And Toro Rosso there is passing up into a fantastic 3rd position at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed there. 4th is Sarah's Mushroom, 5th is Mark Miller, and we got Pains there who's got past his teammate as well. So damage on the Williams there. It is. There's also contact with the Alfa Romeo as well there. And another pinch as well. It's very narrow, isn't it? Pillars, I think it's up to 17 already. Fantastic stuff from Pillars there. Lovely stuff indeed there. Coming down then is Murphy. He's already got, oh my goodness me, Murphy's already got 2-second advantage, and goodness me, he's just shot away. He is shot away straight at the beginning of this course set. Pateo second, Rosso third, 4th is Sarah's Mushroom, 5th is Mark Miller, Andre 6th has got yellow flags there, yellow flags in the background. What's going on then? And goodness me, it's getting very tight. Oh gosh, there's ghosts everywhere. And Brandon and Dave Shaw and Razor are all coming to blows, and unfortunately Murphy's got 2-second advantage. My goodness me. Now we've got Gertman who is in down in 15th position now. And we're on board then with Flea who's in 16th position as well. Brandon dropping back. He's got no wing at all. Brandon has at the moment. He's dropping right down the order then. Current complete lap 1 is 2.4 seconds. 2.4 seconds at the beginning. This lap, that's absolutely phenomenal. Murphy is dominating this race, and we're only on lap 2. And DRS has been enabled. That's a lie. We're only on lap 2, not 3. As into the pits comes Itchy then, so a nightmare start. And we've also got Brandon in the pits as well, also making his debut then. And Andre went a bit wide, and Baz is looking strong, isn't he? He's on the soft tires at the moment there. Up from the man with the most positions gained, actually, is Infamous Pillars. He's come from the back of the grid up to 15. Fantastic stuff indeed there from Pillars. Down 10 is Itchy, unfortunately, as well there. So that is as it is at the moment. Serious Motion dropping down the order. He's dropped down to 4th then, I think, anyway. But I don't know what the graphics doing, and I've got to say, it's a bit like me on a Saturday night there. Infamous Pillars there is now in the 14th position, and he passes Shane. He is out in the 14th. Lovely stuff indeed then. But Ghost in V on. Oh goodness me, that Ghost is now kissing the wall. Goodness me, there's a lot of kissing going on tonight. I'm flying through turn 8 and 9 then. Lovely something then. Now V-Tot then is on the back straight as well. V-Tot is being squeezed as they come down the back straight. And we've also got some hard tires also being predicted as well. The graphics all over the show, a bit like me then. And now we're coming down then into look at this, there's a drag. And is a Ghost then on the inside, and V-Tot is on the outside as well. Ghost is absolutely nailed his breaking point. Lovely stuff indeed then. V-Tot has got damage on the outside wing there. He has a lot of damage there. Oh, that's an end plate damage, and around here that is going to be pretty difficult to really wrestle that car, isn't it? Up until your first pit stop, which is probably around about lap 10, isn't it? If that is what the graphic is to believe anyway. Murphy's got a 2.6 second advantage. Well, remember, he's on the soft tires, of course, so he's on the the less durable tire in terms, and the less preferred race tire as well. Then, so but we're keeping on that. No sign of rain then, which is good stuff because we had rain last night, but not here tonight, do we? Flea is in the pits, and I think in the Red Bull then. So Flea then, who had a good start and up into 14th position, and look at that German there weaving back out and back at the moment. Man, he's 4th in the championship moment. Had an appalling qualifying. Well, currently as it stands the moment. He is in 13th position and stuck beyond Vitot. By now he's losing. Look at how much time he's losing on this corner alone, turn 2. They have lost 0.2 of a second in one corner, and now Pillars is on the up and up as well. Back on board Gurman as well, but Pillars is really interesting, isn't he? And then now that is the first DRS straight as well. Look at the foreground as well. That's a Renault. I think that's FIFA Beefy just having a sniff on the inside of now Vitot has been wrong-footed there, and look at this then, and now Gurman goes on the outside. Vitot is having a look as well. Goodness me, that Vitot is, oh my god, Gurman's off. Gurman is off, and he clipped the inside wall, and Gurman's, and has he gone into the bar as well? I think he has. He's lost a bit of debris there from the wing there, and Gurman then dropping right down the order. What a shame for Gurman. The Tormai Rosso is dropped down the order as well as Vitot is back up. He's got some free car. He's got some free car there, hasn't he? Lovely stuff indeed. That Mark Meadow is. We've got. Oh my goodness me! What is that? That's Wilson. Wilson's off and into the barrier there. Goodness me then. And Wilson is he damaged the car? He might have damaged the car, and that's not good at all. Is it? Pillars is now up into 11th position. Vitot up into 10th. So he's just navigating himself through this difficult patch of the race, isn't he? Lovely stuff indeed. That free. Tormai Rosso is down into 5th position as well, running very wide, and Andre is very much in the race at the moment. 3.5 seconds the gap is at the moment. They come through to complete lap number 3 as well as Mark Mello has moved up into 3rd position. He's looking strong there in the Haas, isn't he? Unfortunately, his teammate is having a bit of a mare at the moment now, isn't he? And he is dropping right down the order, isn't he? So Vitot then is in the top 10, but I think Pillars needs to get by as quickly as possible. He's had a fantastic opening sprint in this race, but of course, there he does need to get by Vitot as quickly as possible, because they've lost another 0.5 of a second in that lap alone, haven't they? They need to get by, don't they? Infamous Pillars does. Oh goodness me, there. Right on the rear wing now of that racing point as well, and look in the background as well. We've also got FIFA Beefy, who is coming back more as well as they come down the back straight, and yellow flag again as a Mark Mello. Mark Mello then reverses back onto the track there as it's the same place. His teammate, almost the carbon copy there for the Haas driver. Mark Mello, who's had a fantastic drive, it's just gone wrong there in the background. He's in the infamous Pillars there. He's going in front of Vitot again, but Vitot will have DRS, and we're on board then with Vitot, and he's going to have a lunge as he, oh my goodness, he's going the outside. Oh, that gap was closing, but Vitot there stuck his nose. He is through, and he is now up in the 10th position again. Vitot is becoming a very difficult cookie, isn't he? I don't mean the eat the cookie who's been dominating gold there. And now we've got Baz, and oh goodness me, that's a Andre. Andre's off the track as well. Wow, look at those cars flying past me. And goodness me, then it's Andre's in the wall as well, and there's a fire out the second base of action then. Oh dear, there's a lot of cars going in the wall at this stage of proceedings, isn't it? It's showing it's a very difficult track, isn't it? Mark Miller there dropping down the order as well, and then Vitot going on the outside. Lovely helmet there from Vitot. Oh my goodness me. Now Infamous is into the pits there. Comes and look at this. There's a lot of pit stops, isn't there, at the moment? And absolutely amazing stuff at this stage of the race so far. Wow, incredible stuff. I didn't expect these amount of pit stops, so I've got to say, we're going to have a lot of pit stops here tonight, haven't we, as it stands at the moment now. Serious Merchant doing a cracking job in 3rd position then, but Tormai Rosso there really putting the squeeze down, isn't he? And we've got to come back to this battle here between Pillars, between FIFA and between Vitot as well. This is a cracking battle at the moment, isn't it? They can't leave each other alone, can they? Infamous Pillars there must be getting a bit frustrated now, because they're now 4.5 seconds behind them, but Vitot has a right to defend his position, hasn't he? And indeed, he's doing a good job as well. Dave also moving up into 11th position as well. I think that Infamous Pillars is going to have a look there, isn't he? Going down into the turn 6 hairpin, I think it is. I'm getting my corner names all confused, so do not quote anything I'm saying about this corner names. I'm just guessing. FIFA Beefy, goodness me, the back end was trying to overtake the front. This time around, Infamous Pillars has decided not to overtake him to turn number 6, and now he's going to go for a drag race coming down into turn number 6. To turn number 8 and 9 now as well. I'll get there eventually, guys. Vitot there has got a very quick car. So Infamous Pillars going to send it. He is a man that's really good at overtaking, isn't he? But Vitot there is showing that he's very good at defending at the moment, isn't he? Flea, has got past Mark Smile as well. So Flea there is in front there. He's on the soft tyres, Flea. He's got new tyres as well. Look in the background as well. That's the second. The two Alfa Romeos are also lying on stern as well. Oh, it's Flea. Flea is almost into the barrier. I think he did kiss the barrier slightly. Now into the inside of turn 8. And what about the Alfa Romeos? Oh my goodness me, they're inside each other. Goodness gracious me. And Razor there is very close out. Now Flea is trying to get by. Is he going to have a loads over on board the Fleet? He's got the inside. Oh my goodness me, and very good stuff there from Fleet there. Absolutely judged his car to absolute perfection there. Lovely stuff indeed there from Fleet. Really well done there from the Red Bull driver. Absolutely splendid stuff indeed there. And but he's lost a bit of momentum now. Back to this battle here, and Infamous Pillars there must be getting frustrated there in the Mercedes as well. And as he's done a cracking job though, hasn't he? He's right at the. He's kind of as he was having in qualifying there. Basically got kicked out of qualifying, really, didn't he? Unfortunately, because Pillars was surely going to be battling with Murphy. We got a Williams. Itchy's off the track. He's in the wall. He's damaged the car. He is out of the race, and we've got a yellow virtual safety car here, a VSC then. Which means that VTOL very slow there through the airpin there. Of course, you've got to be very careful. It's brutal the VSC is this season, isn't it? If you're on the gas too early, if you get too trigger happy there with the accelerator pedal, then that means that you will get a drive-through penalty. Remember, Grant had that issue last night, didn't he? Unfortunately, there, which really curtailed his very difficult end there for the champion, didn't it? Well, Murphy at the moment there is. He's probably loving life at the top there, isn't he? He's 3.8 seconds in front, 3.9 seconds in front now. Remember, this is just meant to neutralise the race then. Itchy out of the race, and what a shame now for the Williams driver there. Really disappoints indeed there for Itchy, but he retired in this part of the course as well. It's very difficult around here. Of course, Milan also retired around here as well last night as well. It's a very long virtual safety car, isn't it? Really is, isn't it? Now, it's a pains his teammate, so it's a double blow there for the it's a Fleet's got past. It's goodness me! And now Fleet and now Fig, it looks like he dived on the inside of Mark Smith, but he's now dropped back. And now we got V Top there is coming in the pit set, and that is now released. Released the Infamous Pillars as well. Back watching this battle here then, and this is on board Fleet at the moment. And Mark Smith is still in 14th position as well. Mark Smith was battling as high as second, third position there earlier on in this race, wasn't he? But that is so unfortunate, isn't it? David's doing a cracking job, isn't he? He's up in the 10th position now, really navigating himself through the issues there, and he is now in 10th position there on the hard tyres, David. And he could be a force to be reckoned with later on in this race as well then. Back on board then, Vitali is still in the pits at the moment. Where is he coming out of the pits then? As I'm trying to look, he's still in the pits at the moment, and he's having a look on the inside into turn 1. Fleet is going slightly right there, and Wilson there. Oh, goodness me, that they were both kind of slowed each other down there, haven't they? Look, V-Top then as he flies out of the pit lane, and he's come up right behind these two, which is a bit of a nightmare scenario for V-Top, isn't it? Because I think V-Top wanted to probably try and just defend his position from Infamous Pillars and FIFA by going on the fresh soft tyres there. And Wilson is up the inside, he passes Flea, and he moves into 14th position. Lovely stuff indeed there. Now V-Top has got fresh tyres, he's got to go the inside, we got a yellow flag in front. So what's going on? It's Andre. Andre is facing the wrong way. He is he damaged the car? No, he ain't. He's okay, Andreas. Oh, goodness me, he almost damaged the car there, didn't he? Come back on the circuit. Now we've got V-Top, then he's got a quick, slippery old car down this backstretch, hasn't he? Look at this, it is. Andre's teammate Flea is defended his seat. Goodness me there. He's showing you going to straight London. Oh my goodness me, there's going to be 3 abreast going into this corner here. And up the inside there goes Wilson, and he is still in 13th position. Flea is in 14th. In 15th position there is V-Top. No, because V-Top's got so much more purchase, and he is having a 14th. Fantastic stuff there from V-Top there. And Flea is dropped down into 15th position. And Andre, his teammate, is behind, 4 seconds behind at the moment as well. So Vitol is the man on the move at the moment. Tormo Rosso is 6 tenths of a second away from Vitol's teammate, which is Sirius Merchant. Sirius Merchant will potentially go up to second at the moment as well. Gurman, who's 4th in the championship, will be losing major ground. But Andre, who's 5th in the championship, it won't be Andre, will be making hay whilst the sun is shining on Gurman's behalf. Unfortunately, it might be the man who's actually 6th at the moment, which is Tormo Rosso, doing a cracking job in 4th position at the moment. A lovely stuff indeed then. Let's take stock. We've got 20 laps to go in this race then. And at the moment, and we have Dan Murphy, who's leading by 4.1 seconds. He's looking at home, very much comfortable in the lead. The New Potato there. This is much like the New Potato vote there, isn't it? As Andre is having awful issues, and he's in the wall again there, Andreas. And I'm wondering if that's just frustration there from the Red Bull driver. It looks like his tires are hot there. He can't keep in the straight line. And the V-Todd on the outside there. Lovely somebody done, but he's going back on the inside then. He's going back on the inside. What's this? Look at this. That's fantastic. fantastic action then. And now then there's a Vitod then coming down the back straight once again then. And look in the background there, that is Flea, and he's on the soft tires. Well, he's done far less on the soft tires Flea has. And now Vitod is so quick down his back straight. Look at this, he might have to move done before he even gets to turn 8 there. And he is on the outside then, but he should have a optimal braking line. He does have the optimal braking line, because Wilson is now in 14th position there. Vitod is up in the 13th position then. Good stuff indeed there for Vitod then. Right on the money. The yellow flag again then is Andre, who's having a miserable race, isn't he, in the Red Bull there. He's just trying to keep the car on the straight and narrow, and Andre's dropped right down to the back of the field, hasn't he? Shane's in the pits, Payne's in the pits as well. I think Payne's is out for the drive-through penalty then. Just take a look, it is for the drive-through. A double whammy for Williams, wasn't it? Because one car retired for the race, and the other car, and the other car, of course, had a drive-through penalty, didn't they? Ghost is now dropped down 6th position there as well, as infamous Pillars. Now the 5th, lovely somebody that Baz is got up into 10th position. Good somebody that. 11th position is Marshmallow then with Vitod in 12th position then. Shane on soft tires then, so he's in the pits, got on soft tires as well. Ghost is up, Flea has got by, no, not Flea, FIFA's got by Ghost, and is now up in the 6th position as well then, and down into 7th and goes Ghost set. Lovely stuff indeed then. Torma Rosso is really causing some serious problems for Mushroom, isn't he? And he accelerates out of the turn at 8 and 9 then as well. Dan Murphy's got a 4.4 second deficit, not serious Mushroom, yellow flag and free, and it's one of the Red Bulls, I think it's struggling again then, so just on board then at the moment then is oh, what's happening here? I'm not sure what's happening here, but Ghost and Flea are battling away then, and now Ghost is back up into 6th position, I think, with Flea down to 7th as well then. And Andre is in the pits, and he's having a nightmare of race at the moment, isn't he? Marshmallow is also passed as well, as I think Andre's out of the race then, and Marshmallow now moves up into 10th position and passes as well then, and he is now up into 10th position. Lovely stuff from Marshmallow. Dave Shaw is now up into 10th position, right into the pits. Comes the Ferrari and the Renault as well, and very much nip and tug at the moment, so we're keeping an eye on what those two guys do. Serious Motion is trying to repel the attack then of Torma. Also has got a 3-second penalty for climbing up the curve, a little too much indeed then, as Young Lad saying, come on Red Bull there, as Andre is saying no sense there as well, so I feel that I wonder if Andre has been involved in some scuffle somewhere, but unfortunately for Andre, he's out of the race then. Oh my goodness me, I thought you had a stuff roasted as Mark Mills actually come on 7th position. This race is all on his head at the moment, isn't it? This is fantastic, isn't it? Murphy there is controlling the pace, isn't he? He's controlling the pace, just and he's looking out for those tyres, isn't he? He's doing a Lewis Hamilton to effect, isn't he? Where he's got the pace. Oh my goodness me, Tom Rosso's got some pace, hasn't he? He's flown past Serious Mushroom and up into a 3rd position. He's on the rostrum now, Tom Rosso. Is it going to be 2 for 2 now? As there's a big old lock up there from Serious Mushroom. He's going to be like 50 pence pieces, isn't he? By the end of that one, Shane has got a 5-second penalty there. Sorry, no, then a 3-second penalty. I'm just making it up as I go along now, aren't I? V-Top then is now all over the back of Bazman as well. There's the battle for 8th and 9th. And love this shot then as we are now looking down on the course. And there's 1.2 seconds there. Marshmallow is just in front at the moment. And now V-Top then. We have seen how quick this man is, isn't he? We're on board then with V-Top. He's on the soft shot racing point as well. Baz is on the hard tires. V-Top is up the inside. He passes back. Lovely stuff indeed there. V-Top is absolutely fantastic here tonight. But into the pits comes the second McLaren of Toro Rosso, and out of 4th position as well then. Incredible stuff. Shane is past Gurman. Gurman, of course, remember, up to this point in the championship was 4th. He's having a nightmare scenario at the moment, isn't he? Goodness gracious me then. As a V-Tod's pace is mad. It says Young Lights. He really is, isn't he? He's fantastic. V-Tod is really good. I've got to say V-Tod's absolutely a new driver, isn't he? It's not brilliant stuff indeed then. Well, a new driver this season. Pillars is into pits and coming out now. I've got to say Pillars' pace has been frightening tonight as well. So into the second Mercedes, and he's coming out of the pits. Well, is that McLaren ready for someone in the background? I'll be surprised then, because Baz is not. It's only just come in recently on hard tyres then as well. Of course, the hard tyres is the more durable tyre. We're expecting to go quite a long way in this race then. Remember, soft tyres is about 10 laps last time as well, albeit in cooler conditions. And those bars coming out of the pit, bars just getting in front of infamous Pillars, and Pillars climbing all over the curves, doesn't he? Which depends on what the Codemasters feel about track limits at the moment, doesn't it? And now they're going down the inside, and Pillars has passed them bars and moves up into 8th position then. So of course that was new tyres. The tyres that go on the car, it's harder than the tyres coming off of the car, isn't it? So it's not like Formula 2 there, where it takes a lap or two to really get up to the temperature. You're definitely off and on it like Sonic, ain't you? And good stuff indeed there for the McLaren driver as well. Ghost is also on soft tyres as well. He has done a lap on the soft tyres, so he is also going to be warm up as well. And nail through, he passes bars. He is up into 9th for this as well. Dan Murphy, the race leader, he's done 10 laps on those soft tyres. A mammoth stint there from the man who's on pole position. And the race leaders have started to move, but New Potato takes the lead with Serious Mushroom in second. I wonder if the guys on the medium tyres are going to try and go into the soft sand. That is going to be the question, which will need to be answered. Shane is now past FIFA Beefy as well, and up into a 12th position mode. Shane is, so he's a couple of he's a whisker away from the points at the moment. I say whisker, he's about 6 seconds away from the points there. So Mark's getting a penalty. Then Murphy is coming out of the pits now. He's on the medium tyres and soft tyres for Toro Rosso then in 4th position as well then. And look at this. I wonder if Toro Rosso is going to have to do 2 stops there. I'm not sure what the soft tyres will get from here to the end then. So interesting stuff going on now. I feel the medium tyres should get to the end then. Ghost Recon has set the fast on the race there, and a good stuff indeed. Page has got 3-second penalty. And now then, as we're on board then with we're on board now with VTOP. Then he has been the star, hasn't he? Oh, look at this! He's on the outside and he goes on the inside. Incredible manoeuvre! Oh my gosh! And fantastic stuff indeed there from Pillars. He is through, and so is Ghost as well. Ghost is on the outside. He passes VTOP. He's 2 for 1 there. It's like being a B&M. Incredible stuff there. And he is now up into 8th position there. Ghost is lovely stuff. And VTOP unfortunately dropped down into 9th, and he's done only 4 laps on those soft tyres. I think he was wrong foot there, but Pillars just absolutely steaming through. And now Mark Slade done 6 laps on the hard tyres. It's the soft tyres. It's a 2-step difference, isn't it? And now then there's a Pillars there is on the outside there, coming into turn 8 then, but the job is done then. He can pick his breaking point. Now his job done there from Pillars then. He started last on the grid then. Now I think as we got a yellow flag then, as I think Fleet has had an issue. I see it's someone who's touring there in the background as well. As I'm actually mobbing an AlphaTauri of Dave, who's just come out on the medium tyres as well. As goodness me, and then now now Ghost said I got Dave on the brain, and now Ghost is up into 8th position. And then we're on board then with Ghost then as a VTOP in. I think we're very perilously close, wasn't it? That for a team. We hadn't even got to half distance yet in this race. This incredible, enthralling race, hasn't it? It's been brilliant stuff so far, hasn't it? As Ghost there is currently 5 tenths a second. He's now 3 tenths a second away into the pits. Hard tyres for him. Serious Mushroom there. The pits and the strategy is all over the show here tonight, isn't it? It's absolutely fantastic stuff indeed there. As now that we're on board with the Ghost of the moment, and see he's coming down and battling away there with battling away there with Mark Bello. As Ghost said, is all over the back of the road. We just got Tommy saying that Shane getting them positioned needs more coverage there. As we'll keep an eye to see what Shane does. Well, he's currently 2 tenths a second away from Jake Wilson, and he's only a couple of tenths away from getting the points. Well, Ghost is on the inside, going up into the inside there of Mark Bello, takes the Haas driver, and through he goes indeed then. And your wish is my command then, and here it is, and it's Kane who's current just outside the points of the mode in 10th position there. And goodness me, he's involved in a big old sandwich there. We've got yellow flags there. Yellow flags. Dave is having an issue there, and he's dropped down in 60th position. Shane is dropped down into 11th position. Well, FIFA has just snuck past him on the hard tyres. There's so many different that's a car off. It's Payne who's off in the wall there, and that is becoming a tricky turn at 6 and 7 there, isn't it? And the Williams drivers are having a nightmare race, isn't it? An absolutely difficult race indeed there, and it's a virtual safety car again. Oh dear. And so first safety car, you have to adhere to the Doubter now then. So oh my goodness me, what was that? I just looked up there and just on board there. Yes, someone's going to the back. I think it was Shane. Did Shane go into the back of that Renault driver? Oh no, Shane, unfortunately there. I'm not sure if it was Shane there. I was just watching down there, looking at something else then. And oh gosh, that is horrific, isn't it? Horrific. He's damaged the car, drawn through penalty for Ghost as well. This race is all of a sudden really come to a head, hasn't it? I'm not sure if it was the Ferrari driver. I'm just trying to have a look at it. on the stream there, but I don't want to break my stream. But I'm just having a look there. He's on board the Renault. Then I looked up and he was spinning around there. I'm not sure if the Ford just misjudged his braking point or what, but goodness me, then that is not good at all, is it? Unfortunately there, and that is a horrific accident to say the least, isn't it? Murphy is now 1.8 seconds in front of Toro Rosso. Toro Rosso has gone to the soft tyres then. He should have a pace advantage at the moment then. New Potato is on the hard tyres. We got 3 different types of tyres. First, second and third. This is fantastic, isn't it? And this race is now starting to go. This second half of the race is going to be epic, I believe. Absolutely epic here in Silver. Of course, on Monday nights as well then. I got to say, another lovely shot there as well, isn't it? So we got Ghost Recon marks as a yellow flag there as David out of the race, and he's having a nightmare race, isn't he, in the AlphaTauri? And unfortunately, Dave out of the race there from he was in a very good spot, wasn't he, Dave? But it's just not going well. And now then coming down again, and Mark Smello on the hard tyres, and the hard tyres are starting to come into their own a bit, and but Ghost is on the inside there. But look at this, he's got more traction, Mark Smello, and he is through. Tormo Rosso's in the pits. Why is Tormo Rosso in the pits? And that is not what I was expecting at this stage of proceedings. And oh my goodness me, then it's getting very close there, isn't it? I want to see if Mark Smello then is Mark Smello. So he's coming in. Oh, it's a drive-through penalty. Oh no! Oh my goodness me! There's a AlphaTauri parked in the middle of the court, in the middle of the pit lane. Oh dear, that's not good at all. Is it yellow flag? As well as we've got figures of Williams and who's come across at the same corner again. Then and we've got Mark Smello who's also in the pits as well. Goodness gracious me! Paints our same corner. It's not good looking too well at all there for the Williams driver, is it? And we've also got Razor getting up as well. Brandon in 70th position. Murphy is now first there with Potato second. Serious Mushroom in third position to stop on the runner. Total Rossa down in fourth because that drive-through penalty, which I apologise, I completely missed that. So standard stuff really for me, isn't it? Fifth position is Infamous Pillars. Sixth position there is Ghost. Seventh is V Todd. Eighth position is Wilson. Gurman on board with now in position there. 10th position is FIFA, but Mark Smello is coming back out and after that drive through. Oh my goodness me, there's a pink zone around there, isn't there? But FIFA giving him just about a car's width, a half's width as well, isn't it? Goodness me. And into the background there is the second McLaren there of Bass as well. 17 cars remain then out of 20 that started. We have lost 3 drivers in this race then. One of them was an incident by Itchy. The other 2 were having a nightmare race, weren't they, unfortunately? As Nunez just said, brilliant there. We've also got Tommy there with a mind-blown emoji there. And I'm not sure if that is to do with the incident with the runner there down the back straight or what, but goodness me, or maybe it's just the race has been action-packed. Marks is back up into a 10th position. Lovely stuff indeed then. And FIFA is down into an 11th position as well then. Razor is now up into 14th position as well. Shane is coming out of the pits then as he blasts out the pits. Goodness me, it's going to be very tight, isn't it? As that's New Potato. Sorry, that's into the pits. There comes Paynes. Not so much of the pit lane, have we, so far? It's because there's been so much action on track. We got a 5-second penalty there for Ghost Recon for speeding in the pit lane, and that is a slam dunk one as well. As there's no denying that. If you're speeding coming over that white line, that is it. It's a fight, and it's unfortunate 5-second penalty for Ghost said, and we're just watching him coming through the drive-through as well, and there's a lot of drive-throughs there for the guys then out there, and I'm not sure then if it's issues there with the virtual safety car. Oh, it's Gerdman there, goodness me there, a bit of right across there from Gerdman, but he's in 7th position now. Gerdman he's had a very difficult race, hasn't he, but he is still in 7th position. That just shows the talent of the man, doesn't it, really? Oh, but he's contacted the outside wall then. Is that just a brush, or is it damage? That it is just a brush, and he is okay. He carries on as normal, then. So good stuff indeed there from Gerdman, and he is a 1.3 seconds away at the moment from Wilson, who is currently doing a good job on those hard tyres. He's done 11 laps on those hard tyres. He has done the most laps out of anyone. Himself and Gurman. Gurman's done 11 laps on the medium tyres. Hard tyres there for Wilson as well. Incredible stuff. As Tommy has asked, can you invite Shane? He has disconnected. Can I invite people? I don't know. I was on board there with VTOD, whoever's in the session. Could someone please invite Shane? I don't think I've got him on the. I don't think I've got him actually on the old I haven't got him as a friend, so no. Alright, sorry about that. But yeah, because I don't want that blue screen either. Right then, it's Marshmallow then is currently in 9th position. The 10th position is V Todd at the moment then. And he is now he's on the soft tires then as well. We're on board then with V Todd, and he's 1.2 seconds away at the moment from Marshmallow, but he's on the soft tires then. But look who's behind him, it's FIFA BP, who is behind him at the moment then as well. As we're on board then with FIFA. Oh, he's dropping back slightly, isn't he? He's dropping back then. 11 seconds then the gap is at the moment between Serious Mushroom and New Potato then, both on similar shop tires then. Unfortunately, Murphy is on the medium tires then. Those medium tires going to get to the end then, as now we're down into lap 17 out of 28 as well then. V-Todd is in the pits then, and he is in the, what tires is going to go on then. V-Todd is now onto the medium tires to the end of the race then. That should easily do enough then for V-Todd then. Where can he go from here then? We're keeping a close eye on V-Todd's progress, because he has been absolutely fantastic, hasn't he, in this race tonight. V-Todd, he's been brilliant. Unfortunately though, it's just not going right from at the moment, is it? We're on board then with Gurman then, as he is now pursuing Wilson then, as we've got a 3-second penalty from Marshmallow as well, coming down the back straight as well. And so with Wilson doing a cracking job, actually, I would say. He's kept himself out of trouble more or less, hasn't he? And he's now in 6th position. Lovely stuff indeed then. And now the infamous Pillars then is only 2.9 seconds away from Torma Rosso. Oh, Gurman has just gone into the back. He hasn't damaged the car then, but we felt him just being dragged into there. Goodness me. And he was just getting sucked in there, wasn't he, by the aerodynamics there of Wilson. And luckily though, he slowed the car down enough there, but he stamped on the throttle then. And stamped on the throttle there, and it's very difficult to slow the car down. Payne's has had the fastest off of the race then, as it stands at the moment then. As Payne's also got a 3-second penalty as well, so he gets a fast up, then he gets a penalty as well. So that's not good at all for Payne. And another lock up there from Gurman. I don't think he's going to go to the end of these tires, is he? Because he's absolutely disregarded him at this stage, isn't he? Very much stamping on that brake pedal, isn't he? Ghost in the background as well. Payne has now got past Razor. We've also got Baz now starting to challenge as well. Shane there, who is unfortunately not in the session at the moment, though, is he? And we've also got Payne getting past Razor as well. Back with his battle here at the moment then, which is the closest battle on track as it stands at the moment then. Good stuff indeed then. As now then we're just watching Wilson and Gurman in the background there. We see a flash of red. That is Ghost there in the background. Also challenging now, trying to bear down as well. Ghost hasn't got any points at this stage of the proceeding so far, has he? 5-second penalty for Flea then for speeding in the pits, and Flea has only done 3 laps on those soft tires, and so issues have gone as cover rider for the Red Bull driver as well. It's been a bit difficult day for the Red Bull team, which is probably unfortunate there for Young Lights as well. Yellow flag, what's up? It's a flag, it's Ghost there, and it's, oh my goodness me, and it goes there just as I say. He hasn't scored any points there, and it just goes wrong there for the Ferrari driver. What a shame there. And Gurman is back up in the 6th position, then it's Ghost, and he's locked up again there on those medium tires, and absolutely destroying those medium tires, isn't he? Goodness me, and those tires are going to be ramming the filler into his teeth, aren't they? They're just going to be bounced up down. Paint is flying out there, isn't he? In the wheels, he's just, oh my goodness, he's took him 4 seconds out of the fleet in the space of a matter of twinkling of an eye. Incredible stuff from Payne. Can he get some points out? He's got some pace. He just needs a bit of consistency. Gurman's got a 3-second penalty. It's for apparently multiple warnings as he comes into the pits. And we was expecting Gurman to come in the pits anyway because he's basically been treating those tires pretty poorly, hasn't he? So the hard tires of Wilson carries on that. Infamous Pillars is now within 1.5 seconds behind Torma Rosso. Torma Rosso is definitely being squeezed now, isn't he? So into the pits there comes the Haas driver Gurman, and he is changing those tires. He's on the soft tires now to the end of the race as well. Also in the pits there is Ghost as well. What a shame for Ghost there. He was he was looking good there as well, but I feel he needed to come in the pits anyway. But he's also got a 5-second penalty as well. But Ferrari are just in all of that beautiful Ferrari car. But he's coming out of the pits now, and he's in 11th position as well. V-Todd there is in at 12th position, and will he get in front then? V-Todd's also Ghost as well, and I hope he's in the session then, as not be unfortunate for Ghost then. As now Ghost is coming out of the pit in 12th position then. So as we're taking a look then back at this is the closest battle on track at the moment then. Let's take stock again. 20 out of 28 then as well then. Let's go through the grid then. Lovely over the shoulder shot by the way from Infamous Players with the Michael Schumacher 2000 helmet. I gotta say I love that helmet indeed. A lot of people like the 2000 Schumacher helmet. I do like the 95 helmet. Oh, it's into the pits there because Pillars that really caught me off guard. I gotta say I didn't expect Pillars to come in the pits there. So Murphy there is on the medium tires and has he made a mistake in terms of what tires he's picking what tires he's chosen? We'll find out then because he's still got another 9 laps to go and this is gonna be an epic end to the Vietnam, the first ever Grand Prix here in Vietnam, and he's changing those tires, pitches, he's in and out, and he shakes a little about as well, so he should get out in front of Wilson next. He's got a massive deficit over himself and the Alfa Romeo driver, but Wilson there doing a cracking job as well then. But yeah, Wilson there is just coming into the final corner as well. There he is as well, and there he is there on just coming over on the left hand side then. So Pillars there flies out of the pits then, and he is away then. As Toro Rosso has got a 3-second penalty as well then. So Toro Rosso there he is in 4th position then, and doing a good old job there, isn't he? But unfortunately I feel what could have been there really, because he would have been on the podium then, but he is hunting down at serious measurement on, isn't he? And let me go back to what I was about to say then before. I was rudely interrupted there by Pillars there for coming into the pits then. Murphy is leading by almost 7 seconds then. He is on the medium tires. How long is those medium tires going to last? Well, Flea apparently has done 19 laps on those medium tires. I don't think that's right. In second place there is a Potato then. It's 7 seconds to gap at the moment there. Mushroom is 13 seconds away as it stands at the moment there. Toro Rosso in 4th position. Pillars is in 5th then. And 6th position is Wilson. German is on the back there. Bass then is done at 14 laps on those hard tires then. Those hard tires are going to be second hand then, but they are probably still in good nick. Good nick indeed then. They're coming down the back side and German there is, oh my goodness, they're going wheel to wheel now. This is incredible stuff, and Bass is not giving an inch, is he? It's 51 hundredths of a second, and oh wow, lovely stuff indeed then. And he is going to be off the inside of the German is passing. He had much more confidence on the brake pedal there, didn't he? Because he was on new soft tyres there, German is then. And I expect him to light up the timing sheets as well. Into the pits there comes Toro Rosso then. And he's got a 20-second deficit over himself and Infamous Pillars as he reacted too late then, because Infamous Pillars is absolutely flying out there in terms of the timesheets, isn't he? And Pillars there is already through. And oh my goodness me, German's starting to sing through on the inside, and now he's going on the outside. Oh my goodness me, that is incredible. That is amazing. That is sensational. Oh, he's also locked up his inside tyre as well. What an amazing manoeuvre there from German. Yes, he was on soft tyres, but wow, I gotta say, even if I was on the hyper soft from back in 2018 or 2017, I would still not have attempted that manoeuvre. Incredible stuff there from German, and he is having the same position. Incredible move there on the outside of FIFA Beefy. Lovely move indeed. And I've got to say, we've had some cracking moves in ALR in the first in the start of the season, haven't we? And I think German might have had tops off as well. Farf might have something to say about that after he feels it is great overtaking Bahrain. It's still it's a really good overtake, isn't it? But we'll see. Anyway, yeah, so Toro Rosso has come up behind Infamous Pillars. Infamous Pillars there, look at how much time he gained there as he got a yellow flag there. Is I think one of the Williamses there had a bit of an excursion there. I think it was Payne's in 14th position then. So look at the undercut there. He gained over 7 seconds, if I'm not very much mistaken there. As Nunda said, the Ultrasoft said, I'm sure they had Hypersofts in there at one stage, didn't they? But yeah, either Ultrasofts, Hypersofts, I would not have tried that at all. Incredible stuff indeed there from German. Brilliant stuff. So Pillars now in 4th position now, 20 seconds away from Serious Mushroom then, but that is now, he's within the pit window of Serious Mushroom. So really, I think Serious Mushroom, if you're going to try and defend, it's too late now. It's too late then for Serious Mushroom then, because Pillars is very much on a mission, isn't he? Brandon just being like that in his debut race here tonight in ALR, and I think he's doing a cracking job there to still be in this. So with hats off to him, lovely jubbly indeed then. So we got a lot of unanswered questions there with 6 laps to go, I feel. Of course, we've got a lot of guys coming in the pits there, right at the bottom of the Paynes there, Razor and Brandon all coming in the pits as well. Bass is also in the pits, and he's going to drop right down to around the 11th position. He might come out between V-Tot and Ghost Recon, I feel, as Razor is just coming out of the pits now, darting out of the pits then. So then is now Wilson is very much on German's radar, and so look at how much more pace they got these soft runners up as the gaps are coming down frighteningly quick, isn't he? And look at Infamous Pillars there, he is flying along as well. And Gurman's also got DRS as well, just to help his cause there. Ironically, on Wilson's teammate there, Razor, who's down in 16th position at this moment in time. So I take a breath then, because this race is very much taking my breath away, as Berling sung when they was singing the soundtrack there for what's it for? Top Gun, wasn't it? I think it was Top Gun. Was it with Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, who looks very much like Perez, or maybe Tom Hanks looks more like Perez. I know Perez looks more like Tom Hanks. Who knows? Who knows then? As V Todd has said, I've dropped, guys, need an invite to rejoin then. As V Todd, then we thought V Todd had dropped out, as unfortunately then he was ghosted. So if anyone can give him an invite, that'd be fantastic stuff there to get himself back in the session. That'd be really good stuff indeed then, because V Todd is currently on. He could potentially get some points here at this stage then. So do not count out anyone yet then. So if anyone can invite him back in, that would be splendid stuff indeed then. More friendly enough is my phone has gone into power saving mode. Goodness me then, this is not good at all, is it? It's all going wrong for me here, and I've lost all my times as well on the I've also lost all my times as well, which ain't good, is it? So hopefully that will all sort itself out in a minute. But yeah, it's Wilson's in the pits then. So Wilson now coming in the pits then. So he's decided to roll the dice at 18 laps on those hard tyres. He is on the soft tyres now to the end of the race. Says Wilson. Where is he going to come out? Is he going to come out in front of Ghost? And Ghost is coming out of turn at 22 and now into 23 then. Where's Wilson? He's coming out of the pits now then. Let's see what he can do as well then. And there is Ghost then. Ghost is going to be through. He is through. What about Bass? That's a runner's hard, but Bass is just coming out of the final turn then. So Wilson is out of 10th position as well. No, he hasn't. He's come out in 9th position in front of Ghost then. A good move there indeed. And Mark Schmeller is now alongside then. And the soft compound runners, the guys that come to pits late on then. And that just shows how much I know about the strategy, because I was saying the 2 stops was a no-go. Goodness me then. I speak absolute rubbish, don't I? And now Mark Schmeller is back up in the 7th position. He's had an interesting day, hasn't he? But now he's having a 6th. 7th, I should say. Good stuff indeed then. Toro Rosso is gone very wide then. Oh my goodness me, and almost losing the car. He is not. Oh, he's damaged the wing. Toro Rosso has. And Infamous Pillars is having a 4th position there. Goodness me then. And it's Infamous Pillars. It's having a cracking drive from 20th on the grid up into 4th there in the Mercedes. In the Mercedes as well. Lovely 17th there. Toro Rosso just coming in the pits there and changed onto the soft tyres. 16 seconds separates the gap between Pillars and Serious Mushroom. Is the gap too big there? We're on 24 out of 20 and there's 5 laps. He's going to need a marathon of a stint now, isn't he? And Toro Rosso, it's all gone wrong, hasn't it, for the man who had a podium last time out? It's just gone terribly wrong for oh dear. What a shame there, and he is dropping down the order then, isn't he? Gurman now in the 5th position as well. There's 2 brilliant drives, I'd say. Infamous Pillars as well. Gurman is another as well. Mark Schmeller also had a fantastic drive. Really good stuff indeed. And Paynes is out of the race, and it's been a miserable day for both Williams drivers, hasn't it? And both Haas's are having a fantastic day after a very difficult start to this race. Goodness me, it's completely turned on its head, hasn't it? And then now Toro Rosso coming out of the pits. Ghost is also there on the right-hand side as well. Left-hand side as well. Now then Toro Rosso can get on the power. Let's see how much time he's got in that McLaren, and can he make up the time? And Ghost very similar to what happened to himself earlier on. And now then, so Toro Rosso is away and gone there. Murphy's done a cracking job on those medium tyres, by the way. 8.6 seconds of gap is now. It's been hovering around that mark. I was expecting to really lose some grip now, but he is still doing an absolutely splendid job and going for free in silver, isn't he? He's dominating this season so far, very much like Eat the Cookie is in a gold then, isn't it? But Murphy is at top of the standards and he's going to extend his lead quite dramatically as well, with V Todd seemingly struggling to get back in the session in 12th position there. Serious Mushroom will take hold of getting to 2nd position at this stage there, as Toro Rosso is weaving there. I'm not sure Is he trying to get those tyres back into? He's trying to get those tyres up to temperature there. And I'm surprised that they're showing with the old heat in this stage. I've got to say, but because he's done almost half a lap now on those tyres, and so they should be very much up to scratch and bounce. That they've had a couple of long straights, haven't they? They've just come out of the pits, haven't they? So this is probably where he's going to really warm up his tyres now. It's through the left, right, isn't it? Now Beefy's done it 13 laps on these hard tyres there, and I feel that the inevitable is just about to happen. He's going going to go on the outside then. FIFA VP is a bit overtaken. Jake Wilson up the inside. He passes FIFA. And FIFA might have a sinking feeling now then because he's got Torma Rosso and Ghost there who are on soft tires as well. And he's also damaged his front wing as well, I think. So FIFA might be a sitting duck then in his final stage of this race as well. Flea has moved himself over to the 12th position there with V Todd there. I think he's trying to get back in the session. What a shame there. What a shame we did that. So at the moment, German is 5th position. Pillars is now 15 seconds away from Serious Mushroom. Serious Mushroom is going to be on the podium again then. Lovely drive there from Serious Mushroom. As just watching Nuna saying, oh no, Tor just pushed the wing to the end then, and just pushed the wing there to the end then, and but he's just going to pit on it because I think the wing damage around here is very brutal, isn't it? We see a lot of drivers losing an awful amount of time, isn't they? So yeah, that's such a shame to Murphy. He's got 3 laps to go then, and he's going to make a hat-trick of wins, isn't he? Which I gotta say, of course, remember this on last season, Grog didn't do that, did he? But at the moment, Murphy is pushing on, isn't he? And doing a cracking job then. He's got an 8-second lead there over New Potato, and now Torma Rosso's on the outside of FIFA. FIFA's got the inside there, but Torma Rosso there is on the new soft tyres. Oh, but he's gone right then. And where is, oh, look at this then. Oh, my goodness, there's a bit of contact there coming out of turn 9 as well. Turn 10 is next, they're going to go on the inside. No, and FIFA there defending for all his worth. That is bad news for Torma Rosso because look in the background, there's a Ferrari. No, that's an Alfa Romeo. Next to behind him is the Ferrari then, and look at this as he's pushing him through them, these lefts, rights, and incredible stuff indeed. And there's strategy all over the show here tonight, isn't it? And this is the first ever fully dry race here in Vietnam, isn't it? And I gotta say, the Bronze Stars are definitely going to be taking notes, I would say. Definitely very much taking notes then. And now then, Torma Rosso is up into 9th position as well. 8th position. FIFA dropping down to 9th position, and so these are going to be some more valuable points there for FIFA, who moved up 5 positions last time out and Bahrain, so some more points are coming this way then. Goes to the moment, hasn't got any points at all, has he? Nor Ferrari then, so this will be a good time there for the Ferrari team to really get off the bottom of the table. I think Ferrari have got points actually, I'm just telling fibs. And now then we've got Ghost all over the back of the Renault FIFA. I think that this might be a foregone conclusion there for FIFA, unfortunately. It's just because he's on 15 lap old tyres as well, same as Murphy there. But Murphy, it just shows that being out in front there, managing your tyres, managing your pace, it's just such an advantage, isn't it? It's similar to what Lewis Hamilton does, isn't it, in the real world of Formula 1 there. He might be on these softer compounded tyres, but they manage the pace so well out in front, don't they? And Murphy has done exactly that here today, hasn't he? And I've got to say, this might be Murphy's new favourite track. He did well last night, he's doing fantastic here tonight as well, isn't he? But it's a much more straightforward race tonight than it was last night, Murphy. He is now 8.6 seconds in front of New Potato, who is second. Remember, the bronze champion, New Potato, and this is his best result of his season so far after a very difficult start. And Infamous Pillars there is almost within 10 seconds there of Serious Mushroom there. What could have been for Infamous Pillars there if he didn't get knocked out of qualified? I would have been very interested to see if he could really challenge New Potato and maybe even Murphy there for the win here tonight then. That would definitely have been something that would have been on my wish list. Unfortunately, that we're not going to see that here tonight, but we might see that in future races perhaps then. And so now goes to up in 9th position. Torma Ross is up in 10th position as well. He's got 5 seconds between himself and Jake Wilson as well. As I think they're now starting to spread out then as we are into the final stages then of this Vietnamese Grand Prix. Then we're on board then with Murphy, and I've got to say, I think that this is a great opportunity then to go on board with a man who has won in Australia, who has won in Bahrain, and is now on course to go 3 for 3 here in Vietnam as well. And of course then, and he has been splendid, isn't he? He might be the king of Vietnam at the moment, isn't he? He's done a great job. Driver of the day yesterday as well then, and I think today he won't be driver of the day because I think Infamous Pillars, his teammates, going to steal that crown off him. But my goodness me then, this has been an absolutely impeccable drive here from Dan Murphy, hasn't it? From start to finish, from pole position to checkered flag, this man has just absolutely dominated the race, hasn't he? He has looked after those tyres. There's 16 laps on the medium tyres, and he hasn't looked out of sorts whatsoever, has he? Murphy hasn't just really, I got to say, it's very much like, as I said earlier on, a Lewis Hamilton-esque performance, really, just keeping those tyres in the optimal window. He's been absolutely perfect today, hasn't he, Dan? Fantastic, and I'll be looking forward to seeing what he thinks later on in the interviews, which is coming up straight after this race, right, of course. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'd like to hear from the man who's 3 for 3, and I've got to say, he's going to have over 2 wins advantage, I think, over second place, if I'm not very much mistaken, by the end of this one. Absolutely amazing. Or at least a win and a half, and my maths is absolutely appalling. So that could be absolutely, what I've just said there could be absolutely could be absolutely boulder dash. Shane now looks like he's set the fast out of the race there, so Shane back in here, and unfortunately he ain't gonna get a bonus point for that, but I think that might all be about just might be just about pride there, as unfortunately since Shane went to the back of that Renault, we answered much wrong. We think it was Shane anyway. I apologise if it's not Shane. I'll definitely will mention it on stream then if that is not Shane. But Murphy there coming out of the second to last corner into the final corner, and Dan Murphy wins the third race of the season and his third race of his career in silver. It has been a masterclass from the championship leader. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Second position there is Nude Potato then. Great drive from Nude Potato. His strongest drive, his best drive of his silver career then. Lovely stuff indeed then. Serious Mushroom there once again there doing a splendid job this season. He would be second in the world championship now. Serious Mushroom has been absolutely phenomenal in the start of the season and very much banging in the performances and the podiums as well in a cracking third position. Pillars there, drive of the day surely from 20th on the grid up into fourth then. Fifth position, a really good drive there from Infamous Pillars. I think it was rolled. The Wolf would have been a great old battle between Pillars and Murphy for the battle for the win then perhaps, and we'll find out what Murphy's comments are in just a few moments time as well. And now here comes Gurman there. He will be, and I think it's a good drive for Gurman today. He was very much on the back foot after qualifying, only qualifying 16th on the grid there, but he has managed to and hopefully I'm going to get the Drivers' Championship in a minute, because not Drivers' Championship, the final classification then from the race here in Vietnam, hopefully. And before we do that, look at Dan Murphy there. He is walked the walk, he has danced the dance, and he is now here in the silver then, and he is very much there a winner. I think he's very much at least a win and a half in terms of points in front of the next place man, Serious Mushroom in the moment. Dan Murphy on top of the world. That's his first drive in the black Mercedes and I gotta say that's also one of his strongest drives as well. Good stuff from Murphy there, from pole position to checkered flag, and a great week, a great race event there, really tip top form indeed then. Final classification from Vietnam, but before we do so, hats off to the top four, no penalties, and for Wilson, and for Ghost Recon as well. I think Talking about also had no penalties as well. Yes, he did, sorry. FIFA Beef and Baton didn't either. Good stuff then. So the final classification then is Murphy won the race then, Irish Mushroom second there, New Potato second, Serious Mushroom third, fourth is Pillars, fifth is Gurman, sixth is Wilson, Marks Meadow in at 7th position, Ghost Recon 8th, Tormo Rosso 9th, FIFA Beefy is in 10th position. That's the classification for the point set. Bars in 11th position, Fleet in 12th position, V Todd in 13th, Shane in 14th, Razor in 15th, and Brandon on his debut in 16th position as well. Paines is out of the race along with Dave Shaw, Andre and Itchy, all retired from this Vietnamese Grand Prix, if that's how you say it. I don't really know, to be honest, but absolutely fantastic 17, and I've got to say that was a success, wasn't it, from the silver guys out here tonight then as well then. Right then, as we are now going to interview the drivers who have done a absolutely splendid job here tonight. They really have indeed then, and I've absolutely enjoyed every minute of it. And let's of course start with Dan Murphy. Daniel, lights to flag victory here tonight then. That was absolutely fantastic. 3 in a row there from yourself.
I know I didn't expect it in Hanoi. I mean, I don't really like the track at all, but I got a decent strategy and just pull the gap and maintain the gap.
Indeed you did there, but I've got to say, you say you don't like the track then, but 2 races in a row there, you've been absolutely incredible. Last night was a completely different race where it came through the field then, but tonight, goodness me, how did you manage those medium tyres?
Well, first off, I had to take the softs to lap 11, and they're on 70% worn, and then the mediums were the same by the end of the race. They were 70% worn. Just I was putting it into lean mix in the low traction corners to minimise wheel spin.
Absolutely fantastic. I compared your performance to Lewis Hamilton tonight. It was really well done indeed then. Absolutely splendid stuff indeed then. And let's come to the man who finished second state, and then I got Nude Potato then. That is your strongest drive here tonight in silver there, and I think that is your first clean race of the season then. How did you find that? I got to say, I didn't think that was going to happen either. To be honest, I expected it to come in for a splash and dash at the end kind of thing. So that was really good indeed. And so I'm glad that you thought the same thing, because I was really questioning myself at the end because I thought I was being an idiot. But in terms of that was your first clean race in silver. You've had a very difficult start to your campaign in silver. But how do you think it's going to play from here on in? I know, hopefully we want you back up there as well, New Potato as well, but fantastic stuff so far, brilliant. And let's come to the man who finished first day, and the man who I got to say has been the most improved this season. He has been absolutely fantastic. Mushroom, another great performance here tonight, and I think you're second in the championship. Now, your consistency has been absolutely phenomenal so far, but talk about this race here tonight.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you okay?
I haven't got a clue what happened last honest here. Just some reason it just come together, and Dan was off on one. I don't know how he made them soft last, but I just got my head down. That's it.
And I got to say, you kept out of trouble as well. And this season, talk about this season a bit quick. 3 races there, you've just been banging away the results. Then you've been a completely different driver this season. What have you changed?
I think it's just the fact that I prefer the handling in this game to 2019. 2019 has struggled a lot with traction. On here, it doesn't seem so bad, so I think I can face it what it is.
Well, you've been absolutely fantastic this season. Really well done indeed then. And those are our podium drivers then from Vietnam. We've got one more race to go, which is tomorrow night actually, for bronze as well, of course. So we've got one more stop as well. German's just said he's happy with that after a very challenging race. It really was. And that was a cracking race. I really enjoyed that. But we've got one more go, and that is bronze tomorrow night as well then. Of course, we've had 3 winners. One winner from gold and silver in 3 races so far. Dan and Cookie has been dominating, but in bronze is a bit different there. We've had two different winners in the first 2 races. It's going to be 3 for 3. Find out tomorrow. Whew. Good.
That was good fun.